are live. What were you about to ask?
Nothing. What are these other things? What are these other angles or whatever?
What's that? Over here?
Yeah.
We got, well, there's only one camera. These are for multiple cameras. If you're gaming and you want people to see you, you don't want people to see you.
Don't have me
People
sound like
see
an
you over
old
there.
man up here. This is for if you're
I
gonna.
mean, I got you by like
Yeah.
10 years.
You do.
It's true. Hi, I'm Mike Stidham. Where's my Blur Dot Radio intro?
Mike Stidham.
That was at my birthday party, by the way.
I
have never smiled.
Yeah, that's funny.
I am here with the best sculptor in Chicago.
Multimedia collage artist.
Multimedia collage artist. If you want to look at his sculptures as sculptures.
There are some sculptures.
Numero uno.
Yeah.
I always say, well, I don't always say because I haven't always known you, but Qyjon, James Decker, great ceramicist, and then me, because I'm pretty fucking good. But when I look at and I said this the last time that I hung out with Qyjon on air, the amount of intentionality in Qyjon's work, the craftsmanship, really puts him over the top when it comes to 3-dimensional artwork. I've done some research on Qyjon.
Oh, research.
I have. I've been doing that.
I appreciate that.
I can like write in MLA format.
Okay. All right.
I got some tools. Where do you want to get started? Do you want to get started on Qyjon was on the Iron 900. If you haven't watched the Iron 900, it is my hip hop show. It comes on this channel. There's a playlist for it on YouTube if you're watching this on YouTube. You mentioned to me that you had rapped.
Yes.
And so I went to your YouTube page. Okay. And I think the first video that I saw was from 2016, 14.
I want to say 2010 or 11. No, 20.
It may have been 2010.
Got to be 2011 or 12 because I didn't make any music videos until I graduated high school. I graduated high school in 2010.
Okay. And then you said to me, just to kind of set the arc for the interview, that you made art because you had decided to stop rapping.
Yes. So that's actually a decent place to start because speaking to you at the 2 weeks ago, during the Iron 900, during the game, you know, there's a lot of moments where I was like, I would like to express this more for the other creatives, especially Black creatives, you know, because you get stuck in one medium because you love it. You don't know why you love that medium, you know what I mean? But you get stuck in that mode of creation. And I met this man who will definitely come up probably 4 or 5 times throughout this interview because he has helped shape so many of my upper level thoughts that I'm still not proficient or still not ready to say like I understand this fully. But you know, so long story short, I was working with at-risk youth. I did that because my main focus in life on a professional level, like get paid for, is helping people transition out of criminality into the right side of humanity.
And that comes from you having been incarcerated.
No, this comes from me witnessing the school to prison pipeline in real time, right? Like,
okay.
I witnessed it to the level of when you're in college, they tell you about theory. And some people, they're really good at studying theory.
Yeah. And
they can see the broken windows theory. They can, you know, I literally with my own 2 eyes put this together before I had the language for the school to prison pipeline. So I don't want to get too far off. We started somewhere. You said rapping and transitioning. So I showed my mentor my music.
Who's your mentor?
His name's Dr. Ingram. He's House of Ra in Chicago. He's about 80 years old right now.
You say House of Rhyme?
House of Ra. R.A. House of Ra. Dr. Ingram. I was working with the kids. He was the leader of the organization. So, you know, we're talking, you know, and things come up. The thing that came up was, I used to rap, you know, and I was rapping at a level of, I can show anyone my raps. It wasn't like I was making booty shaking music. I was making things that even now that I hear myself rapping at 19, I'm like, oh, I've been this way. Right. So he heard my album and he said, he was like, I've been doing psychology for 50 years.
Mhm.
It's like the things you're talking about are up here,
Mhm.
and the vibration of rap music is down here.
Oh, absolutely.
Hits you in your lower chakra.
Especially by 2010.
You see, so he said he says your vibration is too high for the medium you chose.
Yeah.
Come on, who? You know what I mean? I'm 25. And what am I going to do with this information?
Yeah.
So I, rather than resist the level of thought presented to me, I decided to do some soul searching based on what he meant. And then I allowed myself to do other things. And then I found collage art.
Mhm.
And I love collage art because, first and foremost, unlike you, who is a multi-talented artist, sculpt, paint, things of that nature, I knew I wasn't going to sit down and learn how to paint. I knew that.
Mhm.
Drawing, I knew I wasn't going to sit down and learn how to draw. Like, I just didn't want to do that. You know what I mean?
Neither did I.
You see, but with collage, I was like, oh, I can kind of tell the story that I want to tell. And the first collage I made got me addicted because I had made a war collage.
Mhm.
And I was in the military, so there's things I know about war that the average person doesn't.
Okay.
So I was kind of depicting war in this way, in this collage, that it was uncomfortable, but you understood it.
Okay.
And I just loved watching people look at it because I had grown men, tough men, men that I know have been through the ringer say, yeah, man, I can't look at that. And I'm like, you've seen the Avengers, you've seen Mike Myers, you've seen, and I, in this moment, in 2 dimensions, can make you say, I don't know about this, right?
What was it that they couldn't look at? Was it
the war collage I had
gore?
made?
Was it?
So it was all of it together, right?
Okay.
So I made a clock, and it was called like the time of war. And I wish I had the art piece. I gave it up. If I knew better, I would have kept it, but I didn't know where my life would be.
When you say gave it up, what do you mean? Because that's a part of the art experience that people don't talk about, is what happens when a piece sits with you for so long that.
Well, I was once again, this is my first art piece, so I was, so happy to get it displayed. So I wanted to get it displayed in this one area. It was a bookstore in Lyle. He displayed a couple of my art pieces. I had no concept of how to get the art out there.
Do you remember the name of the bookstore?
I do not, for the life of me. I just, in my daily routine of living over in Bolingbrook, driving past it so much, I just, in my mind, I know exactly where it's at.
Yeah.
I could drive from here to there right now, but the name of it has lost me. Now, he might have even closed down since COVID, but he liked me because I was always in there buying collage books.
Okay.
Not collage books, old
magazines.
No, I don't use magazines often. I use old photography books or any book that has heavy pictures in it. There was an ink that they used to use back in the day that they don't use anymore. There was a level of appreciation for pictures 70 years ago, 50 years ago, 40 years ago that doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
So I would be in there looking for them, and we were just talking. Said, why are you always getting picture books? You know what I mean? I'm getting books that when I check out, you're like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? I'm not getting horror books or getting urban novels or something like that. I'm getting such a wide range. You're like, how could this even go together? So anyway, he displayed my first art piece, and it was a clock, a time of war, and it was, I had did like 4 sections of it.
Okay.
So from what I remember, what I recall, because I haven't looked at the art piece in like 6 years, it was just so much to handle, because you see like a soldier in his uniform, then you see the destruction, then you see Afghanistan, but then you also see like kids playing. Like, it was like I did 4 sections, the 15, 15, 15, you know what I mean? And to look at it, it was like, man, like, I don't want to view this. Of course you don't, but without that, you don't have this life.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like, without this, because that's my understanding of being a soldier when I was a medic in the Army. One of the motivating factors for me to join at 18, besides college and besides the home loan and all the things that they get you with, one of the reasons was like, I was like, although America does a lot of things that are completely negative and that I don't agree with,
for sure,
the overall philosophical underpinnings of what we're doing here with my young body now, if this is what it takes to sustain it, you know what I mean, I do owe it to my country. So I think if I was in any country, I would join the military for at least 2-3 years at any country. And that's me being conditioned to be a man's man or whatever. But I would do that for, you've afforded me this life as difficult as it has been and as negative as the things you're doing in the background, I still was able to today to drive the streets of Chicago without getting stopped every 10 seconds by the cartels or something, or without being you get the point, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. You mentioned man's man condition. Well, first, what happened to the piece?
Oh, the piece is I left it there.
Okay.
He put it on display for me. I left it there. He didn't hoard it or keep it. I just COVID happened. I could have came back and got it, but by that time, in my ignorance, because some things you keep for you. So I wish I kept that art piece just for me, right? Because that started the transition from me being a 24-year-old, rapper, you know what I mean, trying to rap, right, to becoming Qyjon the icon, like the multi-dimensional collage artist that I am today, right? Without that art piece and the reaction that I saw from that, and the talent that or potential for me being a really good collage artist, without that piece, I'm not living where I'm living now in an art studio. I'm not doing what I'm doing now, right? Bringing a certain level of joy to my life, so I wish I kept it. But anyway, I left it there. He displayed it. I could have went back and got it. I was like, no, I don't even need that. I'm making tables now. I'm doing this now. Like, I don't even need that. You know what I mean? But now that I'm older, I'm like, well, I wish I had my first one.
Yeah.
Even if I just keep it. Like, I just want my first one because I don't have my first. I have my second one. I have my third one. You know what I mean? I still have those. But I don't have the first one because it was on display.
Gotcha. And the place that may or may not exist.
Yeah.
Okay. So you mentioned military. You mentioned being conditioned as a man's man. You mentioned music. Tell me about early Qyjon. Like, how did you end up in college? How did you end up in the military? What were your 13-year-old inspirations?
Well, my granddad was a Marine, right? And my mom went to the Marines. So I always grew up with an understanding of the benefits of that structure.
Yeah. Did you get a lot of that as a kid?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
However,
so it wasn't like be up at 7.
No. Oh yeah, absolutely not. But what it was but it was a little bit like that, right?
Okay.
So if I start talking about my mother, this would be a 9-hour podcast, So I'm gonna skip over a lot. But what I will
before you get to that, where is this happening?
Oh yeah, that's another thing too. My life got stable around the age of 9.
Okay.
So from 1 to 9, it was moving all around, probably every year.
Just like the military family.
No, not at all. My mom was not active duty. My mom was. My mom had me at 30. Okay. So she had been. It was over as far as her military career.
Are you an only child?
No, I'm one of 4.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm the middle child. So to all the middle children out there, okay, fighting for us. Okay, I'm fighting for us every day. Okay, you know what I mean. The middle child gets skipped over or whatever.
This is middle towards the bottom or towards the top?
Well, the middle's the middle.
Well, if there's
4 of us, so I'm the oldest son. So there's 2 girls, 2 boys, and I'm the oldest brother. So my brother was the baby brother, the baby boy, right?
Gotcha.
The last one, spoiled rotten. The sister's ahead of me. You know what I mean? So I'm in the middle. I'm a man, so I was in the middle doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But as far as the origin or whatever, you said 13-year-old me, no real direction or concept of what I'm going to be or who I'm going to be.
What kind of grades did you get?
Horrible grades at 13. I didn't realize who I was intellectually until I went to the military.
Did you have any class that stuck out? Any teachers that took the time to say like, hey, what's going on?
All of my teachers, really. Like, there was always a unique relationship that I had with all of my teachers because of my intellect, right? These are things I can say now because I have my doctorate. So I can speak like this now. Like, so for those listening, like, he sounds arrogant. Okay, well, we can compare things that we've done. You know what I mean? I'm all about proof in the pudding.
It's not bragging if you can do it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and even my artwork. Like, if you Google me, you're not gonna be like, this dude's a moron. You're gonna Google me like, all right, okay, checks out. Like, you know what I mean? So I don't care about how people perceive it. But
for sure.
I've always had a unique relationship with education because of the way I speak, the way that I think. And my teachers have always taken I'm not gonna say a liking. I'm gonna say a respect for, because I had a lot of grown men conversations that I play later. Like, I'm like, oh man, he was talking to me as like a man. Like, he took me outside the classroom and let me know, like, you know what I mean? Like, this is an adult talking to me as an adult. Like, I definitely skipped my entire even though I didn't have any direction at 13, you know what I mean? My life rapidly changed in the next 2 years where I've been an adult for a long time, like legitimately on my own 2 feet in most aspects since I was 15. Because 12, and then this is the broken record. People who've heard me talk before, they're like, oh my God, he's going to go through this again. But without this, I don't have the deeper understandings of life without this part of my narrative.
Okay.
So from 12 to 15, I was kicked out like every 3 months, 4 months. My mom would kick me out because I'm her first boy. And my general disposition, like I can't be bullied. I can't be manipulated. It's just, it doesn't work for me.
Okay.
I mean, I'm one of those people where.
So you were talking back kind of good.
Not even. Okay. I was more like a make it make sense. And the traditional Black family structure of do what I say because I said it.
Yeah.
Well, that's not going to work for me.
For sure.
You see, it's just not going to work for me.
For sure.
Only,
and this is a single mom household?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
That's especially difficult. I shout out to all the single moms.
Of course.
Including my mom.
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
I would always be like, why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And me, when it comes to why, there was this Noam Chomsky. I can't pronounce his name.
Noam Chomsky.
Okay, you know what I'm talking about. One of the most famous linguists of all time. You know, he has this thing about. It was very brief, but he talked about children, and he talked about like pretty much why you shouldn't spank your kids, right?
Okay.
I think him or whoever it was, from what I remember, from 1 to 3, it's okay to spank a little tap because they have no concept of reality.
Yeah,
but they know, and we all know we don't like pain. Right?
But you don't like your parent being mad at you.
You see. So that works. But from like 3 on, it's like very rare, or if at all, right? You should be able to talk to them, time out, take off, and turn the internet off. You can do certain things, right? Once they can think in abstraction, which is the age of 12 to 13, you can think in abstract concepts. Once a child can do that, you are now abusing them if you spank them.
Yeah.
And I firmly believe that.
This is teaching them to hit people when they get mad.
Bingo. But you're also teaching them like an authoritative person above them can cause them pain for no reason. Yeah. With no good explanation. So when I look at my own life, I'm like, that's absolutely right. Because me and my mom really didn't have no issues till I started to be able to think in abstraction. And I'm in the real world and I'm 13. So I'm like, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? This doesn't even make sense because it didn't make sense. That's the other deeper motivating factor in my life is like, it did not make sense. You know, my mother suffered from mental illness. So I had to face not only puberty and, you know what I mean, the coming of age, but I had to look at my parent like, you know, you're not making any sense, you know, like you're not piecing things together. You're not mentally well. So like, why am I going to subject myself to your twisted view just because you're my mom? You know what I mean? And then she couldn't beat me up anymore. So since she lost her tool, like, because I'm also one of them people where like, absent of death immediately, like you beating me is not going to change my mind. Like, you know what I mean? I get in trouble at every job I've ever had because your judgments don't matter to me. Yeah. You see, like they just do not matter to me. What's the mission? What's the goal? How are we getting there? You being like, you're not a good this, you're not a good okay. And you know what I mean? I'm just one of those people, you know, I'm not influenced in that way. So once she couldn't spank me anymore, whatever, let me get to the point. At 15, I was like, okay, I'm not going to keep doing this. Yeah. So
when you say getting kicked out, it was kicked out at night. It was
no, like you have to leave, like get out. You know what I mean? Like close on your back. You know what I mean? And she would then call the police 4 days later. They would come pick me up.
Pick you up from where?
Wherever I was, friend's house, from school or whatever. Because I would still go to school like an idiot. You know, I'm young. I'm like, oh, I don't want to get in trouble. Like, I don't want to get in trouble with my teachers. Like, you know what I mean?
There is the whole truancy thing.
Big one. And
we were talking about started with the school to prison pipeline. That's a quick way.
Oh, for sure. But
that's the express train.
And I will give, now that I'm older and as an older Black man, I will give my school credit for never, with my intellect, that was never pushed on me.
What was the school?
I went to Jackson Middle School in Villa Park. Okay. And I went to, obviously elementary doesn't really matter, but I went to elementary. I went to Willowbrook High School. Okay. Never even, because of the way I am, I'll give them their credit. They recognize, they were like, yeah, this kid doesn't need, he just needs structure, guidance, you know. But at 15, my mother had kicked me out for, and I'm too old now for that trick. I know the trick. You're gonna call the police. Yeah. So I'm like, look, I'm gone for real. And this is one of my favorite stories to tell, especially anybody who knows me, because once you know this about me or hear the narrative, then like you got decisions to make, you know,
Yeah.
because I was like, I'm not coming back if you kick me out this time. Like, I'm not gonna keep doing this. So like, you're gonna have to find me for real. Like, I'm out. You know what I mean? And to my mom's credit, you know, rest in peace. She was like, yeah, okay, and like leave. I was like, okay, it's a challenge. Like, because most people in certain dynamics of relationships, what they think is they use love or your commitment to them as a manipulation tool.
Oh, for sure.
Like, you can't live without me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I fold your clothes. I blah 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 blah. You would never. You know what I mean? So for her at that time, in my mind, it was like, yes, you're my mother. Yes, you're my legal guardian. Yes, you provide a roof. Yes, you provide food. So of course the ball is mainly in your court. So you think that I would never depart. But to me, you're also being emotionally abusive.
Yeah.
So even then I had the ability to discern, like, you know what? Okay, it's not worth it.
And I feel like, because I've worked in day treatment centers for kids who have been expelled from school, one of the first things we learned is that punishments don't work. And if punishments worked, people would only go to jail once.
Come on.
If I've been kicked out before, eventually I'm just learning how to live in the streets.
No, 100%.
So
100%.
I imagine the threat of I'm not coming back was like, I know how to eat. I know how to get my clothes washed. I know where to shower, etc.
Yeah. I would like to also point out, and then we could move on, because I could talk about this for like ever. You know what I mean? I want to talk about better stuff, you know. But I will say I was so blessed. Right?
I also want to clarify. I do want to set the stage.
Yes.
For what we end up talking about you. If we just kind of start at the top, then people are going to wonder how we got here.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm cool with it. I just when the emotions bubble up and you're like, you might get stuck on a tangent or something, right? Because I know no one's perfect, right? So we all get stuck on these cliches about ourselves or things of that nature, you know. That's why I'm doing it now when I say I do want to say this part, because it's important to me just to have it documented. But I was so loved and so lucky, right? Because I've met, now that I'm older, people who got kicked out and like had to eat out of the trash.
For sure.
Right. So when I say I was homeless at 15, I don't want people to think I was again a tent.
Yeah.
Right. Like since it had been happening since I was 12, everyone who knew me, the adults in their world, not my friends, but they're the adults in their life, were preparing to either say he can't come here or we got the couch for him. You see. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now that I'm older, I'm like, oh, it wasn't my friends helping me. It was my friends' parents who were making a decision to say, oh, you can still hang out with him. He's a good kid.
Yeah.
If it goes left, he can come here.
Yeah.
Which some of them didn't. They weren't as open, and some of them were more open. You know what I mean? So without true love and grace and all those things given to me, I would not be here today.
For sure.
You know, and that's another motivating factor behind me creating artwork.
Yeah.
And me just speaking on podcast or speaking wherever, because I'm literally the beneficiary of what happens when community steps up.
Nice.
I'm literally the beneficiary of this person has a good heart. They have the proper motivations, but they lack the structure. Let me see what happens when I give them the structure. So my hands are forever tied when it comes to providing a certain level of help, because without that help, I'm gone.
For sure.
Or I'm back on my mom freaking out, probably in jail because of anger issues. Like I was able to escape because people recognized it was the environment. It was not the child.
No.
You see?
And this was all in Bolingbrook.
No, this was
not all.
No, I'm from the Lumbeezy. I'm from Lombard.
Okay.
Lombard Villa Park area. That's where I grew up. And then I moved to Bolingbrook because I realized that I couldn't afford to live. And I don't got Lombard money as an adult. I don't know. I was just there as a kid in the apartment complexes and stuff like that.
So for somebody who's not from Illinois, set the stage of Lombard. Clearly, people there can afford a nice house.
Yeah, it's like how do I explain it? If you're not from Illinois and you're wondering what Lombard is like, it's about 35 minutes from Chicago.
Okay.
It's actually, the older I get, it's not like this super nice suburb that I presenting it as. It's actually quite urban the way the houses are built.
Okay.
They're all kind of close together and things of that nature. I mean, everybody has a yard. It's definitely a suburb, but there's not these large open areas of parks like Bolingbrook. When I moved to Bolingbrook, which is technically slightly worse than Lombard as far as like crime and things of that nature, you know, schools are not as good, but there's these large parks in the middle of the town.
Interesting.
So I'm like, this is a suburb. Like you like throw the football. There's in the middle of the town. There's these large areas. No. In Lombard, it's not like that. Like this is a huge neighborhood, house. You know what I'm saying? Like with yards and things. But Lombard is an incredible area. It's nice. that's another. I was blessed to be there because my mind was open to like life is nice. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of people when you talk about being black,
Mhm.
there's this aspect of trauma you have to have experienced, which I did,
Mhm.
but I was in the deepest depths of the ghetto.
Mhm.
Right. So sometimes you get dismissed. Oh, well, you wasn't on the west side. You wasn't on
Mhm.
you wasn't on
Mhm.
you wasn't on the south end. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and I wasn't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
people could tell by the way I speak. They're like, where did you something's there? And it is.
Mhm.
I grew up around mostly white people
Okay.
in Lombard, you know what I mean? And I'm not ashamed of it
Yeah.
because the black
Nor
existence
should you.
is the black, you know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? And even
Yeah.
if you weren't homeless at 15 and you,
Mm.
you know what I mean? And you went to the Ivy Leagues, well, if you're black, you're going to experience blackness.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah. It'll catch up one way or
yeah.
another.
Yeah.
Whiteness is literally the water we swim in.
You see, there's no way around it, you know.
For sure. For sure. What time do people go to bed in Lombard?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I want to say like 10:30, you're done.
Okay.
You're done. Like,
So it's not like a 7:30, 8 o'clock place.
No,
But it's
no.
not like a 2 a.m. place.
oh yeah, 2 a.m. you're done. Yeah.
Okay.
You can only probably get some tacos maybe at midnight.
Gotcha.
Maybe. And even then, like the cook is looking at you like, you know what I mean? Like, so
Nigga, I
yeah.
cleaned the skillet already.
Yes. Yeah. Like,
I got
come on,
these
bro.
fries and those cookies up front.
Yeah, that's it. You know what I mean?
One
So
or the
yes,
other.
yeah. So it's not a 7:30 town, but yeah, 10 or 10:30 for sure. Like,
Okay.
you're in bed.
Okay.
Like,
You're
I mean?
riding your bike down the street, 11 o'clock, lights are out.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So you were homeless at 15 in
Yeah.
this place.
Yeah.
Still going to school.
Yes.
Not getting the best grades.
Not at all.
What's not the best grades?
I probably averaged like C, like a C
Okay.
average. You know what I mean? So like it wasn't. I've never got it. The first time I got an A, I was in the Army in my medical training, like paramedic emergency training. That's the first A I ever received.
Nice.
And it was because of the structure. It was because of me realizing I met people from different states. Obviously, they're all 18. They're all 20 something. And I remember there's this guy. I wish I knew his name because he definitely helped motivate me to be greater. Right. It was a Caucasian man from like I want to say Alabama or something.
Gotcha.
And he told me, he's like, I never met. He had a southern accent. He said, I never met nobody like you. You know what I mean? I was like, what do you mean? He was like, it's the way you speak. I just never seen nobody put words together. I mean, because he's never met a city slicker. That's in his mind. You know?
Yeah.
And I was like, what do you mean? He was like, you're smart. And he's shocked because I'm black. And he's not saying this, right? But he motivated me because I was like, why would he say that? You know what I mean? Because he also told me something that like I want to hug him and punch him at the same time.
Okay.
Because he was like, the KKK ain't that bad. And he said that in a group setting.
Yeah.
Mexican kids, they're kids to me now. Mexican soldiers, white soldiers, black soldiers, right? In the group setting. And everyone in the group were like, you're wrong. You see. And it was but it was like his lived experience of that's his cousin.
Yeah.
That's his uncle.
Yeah.
That's his friend Jimmy who works with this is what he said. He explained what he meant. He said, they're just hanging out. Like, you see, to him, you know what I mean? But the
This
core
is
of,
normal.
Yeah, but the core of why they're there.
Yeah.
But from my point of tying those two stories together is a man who thinks that way, experiences that, meets me and says, whoa.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if he can break through all of his conditioning to give me a compliment, knowing that's the last thing that he wanted to do, I'm like, okay, maybe I need to embrace this side of myself rather than just be in a survivalist mindset, just being a like, whatever. You know what I mean? Whatever. I'm whatever. Like I had to take that and like, okay, maybe there's something here. You know what I mean? So I was definitely a C student because I was just trying to survive. I was just trying to,
for sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure. Bare minimum.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, The Simpsons was the biggest thing in the world. I blame Bart Simpson for my grades. There was a T-shirt that said "Chronic Underachiever," and I was like, "That."
Yeah, dude.
Will I repeat a grade? No. Will I go to summer school? No. Will I get D's? Yes.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yes.
I can see that. I also love The Simpsons, so I understand.
It's hard not to.
Yeah,
if you don't love The Simpsons, it's where's your heart?
One of my
why don't you like people?
You know, you when you're young, you are. I don't want to say dumb. You're like you're like naive, right?
Yeah.
And one of the dumbest thoughts I had or naive thoughts I had was I drove by the Walmart I went to as a kid on my bike, and they painted it. It went from like tan to blue. And I was like, oh, they painted my Walmart. And my sister was like, what the fuck? What do you mean your Walmart? You know what I mean? Like, you know,
ain't got nothing to do with that Walmart.
Time out. So that ties into The Simpsons. Like my life when I was going through the worst of my life from 12 to 13, one thing I could depend on was The Simpsons at 5.
Oh, for sure.
And I think it was 6. And
Yeah,
then
it came
again
on twice.
No, 3 times a day. And then again at 10. So like that was my
People must have been
stability.
rolling in money.
Yeah,
For sure.
that was my stability, right?
Yeah.
And I remember when they took it off to put TMZ on Fox, I had like a moment because I was like, this is my after school, but I had graduated high school. I was like, this is my, like, they didn't call me, you know what I mean? Because that was my safe space. Like, and it's like you realize how traumatized you are because, like, even my ma and all of our arguments and just the chaos of whatever puberty and blah blah blah, she'd leave me alone for like at 5 though. He wants to watch The Simpsons. You know what I mean? Right after that, do the dishes. But then at 6:30 or 6, all right, let me watch the next episode. All right, that's over. Whatever that's done, you need to. So The Simpsons was like this, like safe space.
The break.
Yeah.
Okay, so we 1 through 9 moving around a lot.
Yeah.
9 through 12 not doing the best in school.
Yeah, no, not at all. Yeah.
Not getting along with the family so well, or at least not your mother.
Yeah.
15 kicked out.
Yeah.
15 to 18. What happens there? Are you rapping by now?
Yeah, I started rapping at 14. I wrote a song called "So Sick of Loving a B Word." We're trying to be good. Pause. It was my girlfriend. She had broke up with me, cheated on me.
Good
you know
old
what I mean?
Puppy love, boy.
Yeah. So I had wrote a song like addressing that. And the song was just so I saw it penetrate people for years.
What was the beat?
I think it was a Dre beat. Okay. Or it was an independent beat because I met a dude who made beats.
Okay.
So I forget. You know what I mean? It's on MySpace, but MySpace is, I don't think it loads anymore.
It still loads. It's just
so the song might be there, or I might have taken it off, but I might have kept it up just for the nostalgia because this song definitely changed my life because I watched it penetrate people. When I say penetrate, I mean dudes were quoting this song 4 years later.
Nice.
So I'm like, how do y'all even? But it was so well done because my heart was broken. I was in my feet, called my fifis. I was in my fifis, you know. But so I had started rapping at 14, and it really definitely saved my life, which is another reason why I drove an hour to get here to talk about artwork because writing "So Sick of Loving a B Word" saved my life because I felt worthless. You know, being treated that way by my mother, being young and black with no dad. No one ever put that battery in my back like you're great. You know what I mean? It was more like a just don't go to jail, don't sell drugs, please. Like it wasn't like a you're this incredible human being. So when I wrote that song and I saw people legit nod their head.
Nice.
I saw people posted on their MySpace without me asking them.
Nice.
It was their MySpace song whenever the girl would leave them. So I had like maybe I have vivid memories of like 10 or 12 dudes. That girl leave them next week. So sick of Yo, his girl mad at me in school. I'm like, hey, I didn't write the song about you. He put that up. That's not. But she like, it's your song. You know what you did. I'm like, no. You broke up with. Listen, he's mad at you. He used my song. Like that's not on me. But I saw like, I had the power.
There's an impact
to create.
Yeah,
like I don't have to be stuck where I am. I can create things that connect to other people. You know what I mean? Like I had that power in me. I had no idea this power existed, you know? So that song definitely saved my life. And it's what made me write more and more and more songs, you know?
How did you record that song?
So that's another thing too. Like the grace of God. And this is why I want any creator, you know what I mean, to listen, you know, close, right? Because there's that song, there's that movie, Angels in the Outfield, I think. If you build it, they will come. Right? There's this thing that happens in life with your mind, with your heart, with your, was it? What's that movie? It's old.
Field of Dreams.
Field of Dreams. Yeah. Field of Dreams. You build it, they will come. Yeah. There is some truth to that, right? When you fixate your mind on something, you build your perception towards it, you build it up in your subconscious, and then the world has no choice but to show it to you, a pathway to get to it. Now, you may not want to take that pathway. You may not like that pathway. The pathway might be smelly. It might be stinky. You know what I mean? It might take forever, but it will give you a pathway.
For sure.
Super side note, when I talk like this, I hate sometimes I have to put it in such like lower terms for men, but I'm like, you ever had that girl you like so much and you pictured the date, you picture what you would say, you picture what you would wear, you picture what you would and then it happened. Then now they get it. But when I talk about life goals, they're like, nah, you're tripping, you're spiritual, like
it's the secret,
hocus pocus. But I'm like, no, for real, like because every man's had that experience. So they were like, I like this girl, let me and then You get to the date. Now, what happens sometimes is the date is awful, and you're like, I hate her. She's like not even, you know what I mean? Or it's great, and you know what I mean?
Throw in just a quick anecdote.
Yes.
She cut her steak. She ordered steak.
Yes.
And then she cut it like this.
Oh, I'm with that.
She was eating.
Oh, you different than me. I'm with that.
I remember looking at her like,
yeah. But that's the beauty of life, right?
Yeah.
So back to your point though, how did I record that song?
Mm-hmm.
I was talking about rapping. I had wrote it in my basement with no plan. I wrote it to the beat. I'm doing it live. I'm rapping it for my guys. My guys in Lombard like, you know what? We want to make fun of you, but that song's actually a banger, right? So then I just met my sister's friend's brother. We recorded it in the basement.
Okay.
You see, and then recording it in the basement, I had something to show. Then I'm at the mall, and this guy, he changed my life.
Shout out to the mall.
The mall, right? We don't do that no more. But I'm at the mall with my girl, and there's this guy there. His name is Jeff Olson. Okay. And Jeff Olson, I don't know how we ended up talking. Or he was selling his CD, and I was like, "Oh, did you record?" You know, my rap name was Yo Blizz. I'm Yo Blizz. You know, so he was like,
"Why that rap name?"
We'll get to that in 1 second. Is that there's a reason for it, you know.
Okay.
But I'm like, I'm Yo Blizz. I got this song on MySpace. Blah 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 blah. He looked up my MySpace. He gave me his phone number.
Nice.
And then I started recording higher level music from meeting him, but it was within a 6-month, 8-month time frame. So I recorded in his basement. I uploaded on MySpace. I had something to show. I also have proof of concept. Right? A lot of people they're unmotivated because they have no proof of concept.
Yeah,
they never put nothing together to realize like, oh, it's possible. So I'm already knowing that it's possible.
Yeah.
So I meet him, I'm like, oh, I'm already, you know what I mean? So yeah, I meet him and he recorded my first 2 albums. I made 5 albums. He recorded my first 2.
Nice.
You know, and I love Jeff. I can call Jeff right now. Jeff has been there's people you meet who possess like a negative want for you or a jealousy for you that they don't ever tell you. I've never felt that with that man. You know what I mean? So even when I recorded music with other people, he wasn't like, I'm your original. Da, da, da. He wasn't, you know, he wasn't trying to lock me into something or keep me down creatively.
For sure.
And subject matter. He never, which I didn't appreciate till like I got older, but he never was like, can you rap about this? Or like, I don't want to record that. You know what I mean? Because I look back at some of my music and it's like, why were you rapping about this? It wasn't like Hobson, but it was more like these deeper philosophical things about life. Like I, as an engineer, might be like, man, go home, dude. Like, oh, all right, Dr. Phil. Like, you know what I mean? All right, buddy. Like, you know what I mean? But he was like, he embraced it, you know. So me and Jeff to this day, I can call him right now. You know what I mean? I like Jeff. If I need something recorded right now, Jeff he'll dust off the old mic. You know what I mean? So
shout out to Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff Olson. You know what I mean?
Need those people.
Oh, you do, yeah. He definitely helped me, and he and also never pushed his views on me as far as like that bar is hot or this song is hot. You know what I mean? And it wasn't the money because I paid him like $20 a song or 60. It was $20 or $60 a song. It was something manageable for me, even though I was homeless. It was manageable to save up to cut some grass, shovel some snow or whatever to get this, you know, my creativity out there. It was something for that. You know what I mean? But yeah.
Very cool. Yo Blizz, why?
So hip hop is so penetrative. Young black man, of course I love rap music. You know? So my friend Daniel Thomas, he had the bootleg DVDs. You know, he had
nice.
You know, he had all of that. You know,
those are gonna come back.
You gotta come back.
I say it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
they with pretty soon it's gonna be like 1 to 3 companies that own all media. Bootleg's gonna come back.
You know.
Physical media needed to come back.
It does need to come back. Well, let me finish this. So Daniel Thomas, he had all the bootleg DVDs, and he was more, how do I say, stereotypically black. He was deeper into the black culture than I was allowed to be.
Yeah, Booty Talk DVDs.
I don't know. We didn't get into that. I had the internet, so I never did the DVD thing. He probably did. You know what I mean?
Booty Talk 28.
He had State Property, the movie State Property with Beanie Siegel. Yeah. And there's a character in there called Blizz. And Blizz is Daniel Thomas told me I act like Blizz from the movie. And in the movie, dude says, Yo Blizz. So I was just Yo Blizz based off
Nice.
that literally a 4-second moment in state property.
Nice.
And I didn't like it at first, but then when I started rapping, I'm like, it's kind of like a dope name. And then Yo
Mhm,
Yo
mhm.
MTV Raps, I grew up watching that. So I'm like, Yo Blizz, like, because I love the roots of things. Even back then, I love the roots of things. So I was like, Yo MTV Raps, Yo Blizz, like I'm shouting out, you know what I mean, something that originally brought it to the cultural consciousness, which is Yo MTV Raps. For a lot of people, that was the only rap music they were able to digest. You know what I mean? So I love that it was that. That once I put those together, then I embraced the name Yo Blizz. You know,
I have to ask, because I don't know what you call somebody that is a studier of hip hop.
They're a hip hop historian,
cultural anthropologist, hip hop historian.
Yeah.
Yo MTV Raps.
Yes.
Did you like it more than Rap City?
I am too young to answer that question.
You were too young for Tigger?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because
Yo MTV Raps was still around.
So,
or were they like reruns?
So that's what I'm saying. Okay. I'm born in 91.
Yeah.
I'm watching Yo MTV Raps before I can comprehend what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
But I know it's Yo MTV Raps. Yeah. And I know it's reruns of it. So I know, but some of them rappers, I never listened to them beyond this video in front of me, you know, DJ Quick or whatever, you know. And then The Basement, I'm also too young to comprehend the weight of Eminem freestyling on BET. You know what I mean? Now I see that clip and I'm like, that's him? You know what I mean? Kidnapping and him doing that. It's like, oh, on that Wayne, pre-mixtape Wayne rapping with the
12-year-old one.
With the
wave cap.
Something he had on his head. I remember it was either like the beach hat or whatever, but like not realizing because I'm so young, you know what I mean?
For sure.
So I can't answer Yo MTV Raps or The Basement. What I can say is, out of respect for chronological order, without Yo MTV Raps, you don't get The Basement. You see what I'm saying?
Which one came first?
It was Yo MTV Raps for sure. Yo MTV Raps is from the 80s, 89, 91. Like Yo MTV Raps is the original. It's the first rap show.
Let me make sure this is true.
Yeah, no. Now this I will bet on, because I know it's the first one, because MTV didn't even want to play rap.
Yeah.
So
they didn't want to play black.
This is their way of saying we're gonna do it. Yeah, this was their way of saying we're gonna do it, but you're gonna get this little block of time, and then it blew up. Then it got you know what I mean, and then it was we can keep doing this. Yeah.
Yep, it was Yo MTV Raps.
Yeah, I told you 88, 89. Yeah, I told you.
I was making sure. I mean, don't forget, I was there.
Yeah, you're older than me. Yeah.
But Rap City was a year later, because Rap City was not always hosted by Tigger. It wasn't always The Basement.
Oh, now you're teaching
Joe
me.
Claire, and then before it was Joe Claire, there was a comedian. I can picture his face. I can't think of his name, but he declared himself the mayor of Rap City.
Oh, okay.
So it was a year later.
Oh, yeah, you're teaching me. You're teaching me.
For sure.
So yeah, the last thing you asked me was the name. So the name was Yo Blizz.
So 14 years old, rapping, posting it on MySpace.
Yes.
Back to 15 to 18. Are you saying with multiple friends? Are you just sleeping where there's an available?
I'm saying with one friend, my best friend. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Which you need a best friend. You know what I mean? You just need a best friend. You know.
For
So
sure.
I'm living with my best friend. I lived with him all 4 years of high school. That's why I said I was lucky. So I was homeless, but I was with the best friend. You know what I mean? Because, long story very short, he had experienced homelessness in junior high. So my mom had took him in like 12, 13. It was only like a year and a half. He was with us. You know what I mean? He's white, by the way. So I always wonder, like, man, for him that was wild. Like, you know, he living like black people. You know, he was one of us. You know what I mean? For sure. One thing he did, which I just want this recorded. You know what I mean? Thanks for letting me come and get the cameras out. There was this thing, right? You know how dudes act cool, like, too cool for school. So he would act like my little brother was annoying, right? So I'm asleep, but I wake up because upstairs is loud. You know what I mean? I'm the man of the house. So I'm like, who's being loud? You know what I mean? And my brother, maybe he fell. You know what I mean? Maybe my mom needs some help. So I hear like a thud or whatever. So I creep up. You know what I mean? Big brothers, you know, siblings, you know, I creep up because if it's some cleaning or some shit, you know, if something fell because y'all about to dust and
I'm a younger brother. My older brother, so many times I've seen him go.
Yep.
Run back upstairs.
You see, so I'm creeping.
I'm like, nigga, I'm at the
Yes.
I gotta watch all this.
Yeah, I'm creeping to see maybe. So it's not that. So I see them. They playing tag. They playing cops and robbers. You know what I mean? And I catch him. I'm like, really? Ooh. Yeah, you one of us. You part of the family. You know what I mean?
Yeah. For
so
sure,
he lived with me in junior high. So then when I made that decision, I didn't say, hey, I need to be here forever. But I was like, give me a month. I'm not going back. And then luckily his dad was like, okay, you know what I mean? Like, all right, like whatever. Like,
For
okay,
sure.
you know what I mean? So I lived with him all 4 years. And then, once I was going to go to the Army, there was like I didn't want to be in that environment either. Because I realized what that environment was. And I was like, oh yeah, it's not that I'm better than this environment per se, but it's more like you don't want me here because my friend, he ended up living a different life to me. I won't insult his life, but we had a moment of like I love you, you know what I mean? But this is my path. And if you don't make these changes, you can't come with me.
Yeah.
And he, as a man, an equal man, he said, I'm not gonna make that decision. Like, I'm gonna do this.
Can you talk about what that decision was?
Drugs. He was a drug addict. He still is a drug addict.
Gotcha.
So I don't drink, I don't smoke weed. I've never have been able to do them often. I don't like to get drunk. I don't like to get high. You know what I mean? At all. So
there was definitely a video where you were smoking like a tree branch.
That's an Avanti cigar.
Is that what that was?
Yes. I love Avanti cigars. I'll smoke a cigar and drink like a coffee. That's my
for sure.
Yeah, we love that. But so he was already in trouble with the law. And part of that was you have to be sober back then. Weed was illegal. That's how old I am. Like that used to be prohibition. You know, I feel old saying
it's crazy to think about that.
Yeah.
But kids, when Snoop was talking about weed, it wasn't legal.
Yeah.
It was highly illegal.
But the power of hip hop, that definitely. When I became a voter, the first thing I'm doing, legalize it. Come on, I grew up with drop it like it's high. Come on, I don't care about that. You know what I mean? But he made that decision, and I respect him for it, even though it hurts me to this day to lose a best friend. Because that's in real life when the person's still here is like it's almost more painful. Yeah. And I respect him because he's also another person who saw me as great and never dampened it.
How'd you all meet?
School.
Do you remember the moment you met him?
Yes, he was pushing kids around. And he didn't care though. He was like the first real human being I saw, because anyone living within the social confines of reality, I have a lack of respect for you. I just do. Like you don't believe in any conspiracy theory. You don't think anything's fake. You don't think anything's bull crap. Like you just do what you're told, and yes, ma'am, and yes, sir. You're a geek, dude. Like I don't you're a dweeb, dude. Like you know what I mean? Like he was pushing kids around, and the pushes weren't like push me next. It was like I dare you to do it. Yeah. Right. But now he had his own life. He'll tell you his own story one day, whatever. But I witnessed it. And I was like, I like that. You know what I mean? So I went over there. To push his ass back because I got brothers. You know what I mean? I got brother. You know what I mean? So I pushed his ass back, but it was also like, I got your back. And from then we just, you know what I mean? We just never were separated for like 10 years of that.
Male friendships that start with fighting.
Yes.
I believe I tried to tell my girl this one time. It was like, no, it wasn't every friend I met, but there were definitely friends where we know each other.
Yes.
Because so-and-so said something about you. He did what?
You go over there. I don't like him either.
You got the most useless fight. It's not like we were like WWF-ing it. We were just, get a punch in every once in a while.
Yeah.
Talk bigger afterwards. Oh, yeah, no, I hit him with this and I hit him with this. And then you end up in the same room and you're like, I don't dislike you.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was we probably shouldn't have fought.
Yeah.
What do you like to do? You know?
Yeah. Oh, you like that too? Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. He speaking about best friends, since we're here, and thanks for the free therapy. This is amazing. You know what I mean?
My mother's a psychologist.
Oh, see, I could tell there was something there. There's this thing that I had no language for it. You know what I mean? And I get people are like, "You're a softie." I'm like, "You want to talk about the nostalgia, A, of my youth, and B, of my best friend." We did not like the same things. He appreciated the things I liked, and I appreciated what he liked, but we did not necessarily like the same things. You know
did he like rap music?
No, he didn't really care for it. Okay. You know what I mean? But he's one of them people. One of the reasons I loved him so much as my best friend is like, and I learned from him. I took it into myself. He didn't really care about nothing. You know what I mean? Like, for different reasons than why I don't really care about much. You know what I mean? But there was this thing that we were able to do. No words. We could hang out but not speak.
Yeah.
And there's language for it, but that's like there's a point in relationship where that's like it's like a marker of real love with somebody, a marker of real connection. Is that you can eat together, you can play. We even play video games. No words. Look at him. Look at me. I grabbed the game. He.
That's where all my fights start.
We put it in. What the video games? Yeah. We had
controller hits the ground.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. You know what I mean? Yeah. But that's. I'm not saying I'm chasing that, but as I get older, some of the sadness is I don't have a silent homie.
Yeah.
Who for 5 hours we don't got to speak. Yeah. We're watching this, we're playing this, we're going out here. You know what I mean? When I started driving, I got sitting there and looking at him. We get in, we go to Wendy's, like you know what I mean, like literally, like you know what I mean. But this is my homie. You know what I mean? Last point about him before we move on. So one of my friend's moms had passed away. Well, rest in peace. Like 2 years ago.
Rest in peace.
This is the power of not power, but this is one of those stories where you're like, this is why you believe in God, right? Like for me personally, one of my stories. So I bought my art studio, right? Now I bought my art studio, which is a huge 2-flat building. I live in a huge building. My house it's old,
I saw the video,
but it's huge. You know what I mean? So I appreciate you watching the video. My friend's mom passed away. The funeral home is 2 blocks away. Who would think, you know what I mean? At all the funeral homes in Illinois, you know what I mean? And this is an hour away. I live an hour away from Lombard now. So all of my old friends had to come 2 blocks from my house. My best friend is there. And we're all there. You know what I mean? He's congratulating me. I can't even handle it. This man see me homeless.
Yeah.
Now he's in my giant house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I can't handle it. I'm overly emotional. And my friend's mom just passed too. She fed me a bunch too. She motivated me. She said a bunch of quotes I still live by to this day. You know, rest in peace, Melissa. But he did something that only he could do, and my girl was there, right? He's saying goodbye. We both know he's not coming back to my house because we don't hang out. We can't. We have different lives. I can't be around what he does, right?
Yeah.
So he grabs me and he kisses me on the forehead, and my girl looked at me like, "What y'all got going on?" You know what I mean? Because I'm not a soft guy. I'm not a hugger. I'm not like that. You know what I mean? But this man grabs me and kisses me on the forehead, and I just accept it because I'm like, we lived together for 4 years. Like this is come on. This is, you know what I mean? And this is I would never forget that because I'm like, I can count on one hand the amount of men who have kissed me on the forehead.
For sure.
And there's So I'll move on from there. But yeah, best friend, lived with him until 18, went to the army at 19.
What made you go to the army? You said you had a history. Your grandfather was in the military. Your mother was in the military. Did you always have it in your head that you were going to go to the military?
No, I've always been like I'm going to do something different, right? But what happened was the benefits, I had nowhere to live. So let's say when I was coming home, if I didn't find a place to live, I would have went active duty. Like I was homeless, you know. So me being a forward thinker, I was like, okay, the military's gonna give me benefits. And I saw guys who went to the military versus guys who didn't. Every dude who went to the military's life was better, psychologically better. The women liked them. They had a better plan. They had their schooling getting paid for. And me as a DC student, I knew I wasn't gonna get no scholarships. I knew nothing. And my parents, I was not getting a student loan, and I was afraid of debt till like recently. You know what I mean? I was afraid of debt. So I was like, I'm not gonna get in debt. I'm gonna get school paid for. I'm homeless. I need somewhere to go. And I was not afraid to change my mind. So I was up for the challenge, and I would never hurt nobody. So when I took my ASVAB test to get into the military.
What's that stand for?
I have no idea. I have no idea. ASVAB, I have no. You have to Google it. I have no idea. I used to know. I don't care no more. You know what I mean? But I took my ASVAB. My scores were so high that I got the job of medic. Nice. Once I realized I would be able to potentially save lives in the military industrial complex, I was okay with it. I was like, oh yeah, go over there and help guys come back home. Okay, I was never going to go infantry. I was never going to do nothing like that. I would have been something around it, but I would never be like in the military to hurt people. You know what I mean? So yeah.
What year is this?
2010, 2011.
The night before you go.
Yeah.
What's it like?
Man, it was rough, dude.
Yeah.
It was only rough because for young men, I want you to listen close. You're going to be at the bottom. You see, so I was at the bottom. Pockets was at the bottom. high school sweetheart gone.
Mhm.
And for young men, you know what I mean, prepare yourself for not being able to have it in the pocket.
Yeah.
What I mean by that is, other than your looks and your swag or whatever, if you're 18, you got no reason for nobody to really be in your life.
For sure.
You have to go out and earn that. What is it called? A rite of passage or whatever.
Yeah.
Something along those lines. So yeah, but right before I went, I was low. You know, I wasn't at my lowest, like crying, but it was like, this is what I got to do. Like, time to man up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So definitely was feeling the pain of, I know there's the next level, and this is how I get there. So like, let me hurry up and get there.
So you were motivated. You weren't like worried.
Yes, I was hungry.
Okay.
No, I was hungry, and it was this is my moment. This is my, because everything else before that, you know what I mean? You know what's next. Like, obviously after middle school, I'm sorry, elementary, you go to middle school. After middle school, you go to, you know what I mean? This is the first thing I'm doing where it's like, this is not necessary. This, everybody doesn't do this.
This isn't on the path.
Yeah. This is my path. You know what I mean?
Okay. First 48 hours in the Army. Now I've seen videos.
Yeah.
You come,
it's like that.
In. I remember hearing about a dude getting his draw stolen after he went to take a shower. I remember watching videos of just a room full of people, kids, drop and give me however many push-ups, like the attempt to break you as soon as you get in.
Yes, it's exactly that. Now there's so many things from the first 48 hours, but it was, so I grew up under the No Child Left Behind Act. So what they did, because America, we can buy geniuses, we don't make them no more. Yeah. So our education system has been flawed for 30 years because we don't care. We're just
that test-based.
Yeah, we don't care, right? So No Child Left Behind meant, rather than repeating a grade, they would just put you in a different program or whatever. Like, so no one failed. The Army is the first time I saw, like, this is the adult world. Like, you will be removed if you're not performing. So there was this dude, first day, 2 stories. One dude, he was on the plane. He was so nervous. He didn't take a poop. Right. So then he went to, and then when you get there off the bus, they're screaming at you, grab your bag. They're doing all of that to you. So then he also could not go to the bathroom because he's scared to ask. Right. Yeah. He was so constipated that when he did go to the bathroom, he blew a disc in his back. That's how bad. And they gave this man,
I didn't know that could happen.
Timeout. They gave this man no sympathy. They still were screaming at him. He had to get lifted out of the porta potty. It was a porta potty, by the way. You know what I mean? So having that moment in a porta potty. But the fact that they showed him no sympathy, I was like, oh, this is real. Because he was in pain. He was legit. And then we found out later, you know, obviously he recovered and whatever, but like he legitimately was so hurt in that moment. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, y'all don't even care about that. Because if I was in any other environment, call the paramedics, call them. You know what I mean? Anyway, that started me like, oh, this is really it. Then one dude quit. He's like, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. And the drill sergeant was like, what? You're not doing what? Southern white man, clean shaven, tall. He looked at him like, you're not doing what? And dude's like, I'm not doing it, like with a certain tone. And I'm never going to go to trial on this if something weird happens later. They definitely put him in the headlock and drug his ass out of there. Like he got yanked, but like
I've heard stories.
Yanked. Like, he got yanked. And I'm 19, 18, like, whoa. like yanked him,
that
drugged him.
Happened in the movie.
He's screaming. They are yanked him out of there, right? All of us were shutting up. Like, oh shit. You know what I mean? Because and then you find out, I don't find out what happened, and we never looked into that. But like you go to like military jail. So it's not like we just drag you out and you get to go home. Like you're going to, you broke the law. You signed this contract. You got to do this, or you know what I mean? But to watch that, definitely in the first 48 hours set the tone that I was in the real world now.
For sure.
Like this is no longer a joke.
Hyper real.
Yeah.
Because you could have got a job at Burger King. They can't do that stuff to you at Burger King.
I actually worked at Burger King and I loved it.
Was this back when Burger King was good?
It was never good to me. I always liked McDonald's more. But Burger King
still feel like when you bit into the burger, did it feel like
it was 2009. Yes. Yeah. So I loved it.
It wasn't cafeteria meat yet.
Yes. Yeah. I loved it because it reminded me, like working at Burger King reminded me that I was better than Burger King.
Nice.
I have the one singular memory. I am at the drive-thru, headset on just like this. Dude comes through. He's high. I know he's high. Yeah. I can just, my friend smoked weed back then. You're high, right?
For sure.
Dude says to me, hey, what's the deal with those $1 double cheeseburgers? I take a deep breath. I take a deep breath. I say, they're $1.
Plus tax.
Yeah, dude starts dying laughing because as it left
sure.
my mouth, he realized that was a dumb. Yes, sir. That was a dumb question, sir. He pulled up, and in that moment, I was like, I'm definitely going to the military. I'm definitely going to college. I cannot be treated this way. You know what I mean? I could not handle it. It was too much for me because I was like, what do you mean? And I couldn't live like that. You know what I mean? I can't live like that. You know what I mean? Like, so, yeah. So, yeah, we were at the Army times. Yeah. So, and also I went to the National Guard, by the way. So I came home after my 10 months of training. I came home. You know what I mean?
You have a choice. I don't know how that part of it.
Long story very short, you pick a branch or you pick a part. So there's 3 parts of the Army. I'm not gonna go into a whole military, but there's the Army that we all know, the active duty.
Marines and the Navy.
No, that's the military as a whole. I'm only speaking about the Army. The Army has 3 parts: so the active duty, the reserves, and the National Guard. The National Guard is in your state. You protect the state, hurricanes, things of that nature, but you do go to war.
Or in 2025.
Yeah, you know, which we're gonna get to that if we want to, you know what I mean? And then the reserves is attached to the big Army, you know what I mean? And they do federal stuff and then and other missions, and also whatever the big Army's doing, we're all doing what the big Army's doing. And then the Army, the active duty is obviously active duty, doing whatever active duty Army's doing. So there's 3 parts. The National Guard is considered the weakest. Yeah. You know, because you're doing, you know what I mean?
They make it seem so easy in the commercials.
Yeah, but you're doing the same training, you know what I mean?
Sure.
But you do like floods and stuff like that. That's what the National Guard is really there for, like military aid for your state if something happens in your state. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Can I ask you a military question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Favorite gun?
Oh, I'm not that deep. I was a medic.
You didn't have to go through.
Yeah, but the M16, like that was so low. We did it for our qualification, but we weren't that. That's not what we did. We didn't do stuff like we didn't care about that. You know what I mean? We didn't do stuff like that. You know what I mean? And I'm not that kind of guy. That I get why people are like that, and I enjoy going to the range, but I don't sit around like I got guns in my house, like you know what I mean, like, and I would love if someone broke in, you know what I mean, like I'm not one, like I'm not against them, but I'm not sitting in like the Glock 9 181, and I'm just not like that. You know
with the blindfold on.
Yeah, I'm not like that. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Gotcha. So you leave, you come back to. It wasn't Bolingbrook.
Lombard.
You come back to Lombard.
Yeah.
Is there a station there, or do you occasionally have to
North Riverside? They disbanded the unit, but I was at North Riverside. So once a month you go to North Riverside, you do your training and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Gotcha. Every month. You know, it was cool. I would do it again. It was one of the greatest decisions I've ever made. And mentally, it is always with you. So I laugh because now I know why my mom always mentioned she was a Marine. You know, my granddad, till he died at 88, he mentioned he was a Marine. Like, so me, I always, one of my friends, she makes fun of me because it'll just come up that I was a medic in the Army, but it comes up like once or twice a month. I'll be doing something, and I'm like, "Oh, I was a medic in the Army." Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, no, but or like I'll speak in a certain way or respond in a certain way, and it's like people are like, "I'm like, I was a medic in the Army." Like, don't worry. Like, my friend was drunk one time, wasted drunk, like bad drunk, like horrible, right?
The term 3-year-old drunk.
Yeah, and they were like, "Hey, can you help us?" And I was like, "Help?" I was like, "Yeah, John needs some help." And the way I grabbed this man, because like they teach you how to like get people.
Fireman's carry. Oh no.
Yeah, I went underhooked the arms. I'm like right here in front of his chest, and I'm just dragging this giant man. And they were like, "We just needed you to come assist. We didn't need you to fucking like." He's not getting in a medevac. He's not going on a helicopter. But like, I went into that mode because I didn't know what I'm looking at. I'm looking at him slumped, and like I didn't get the context. They're like, he's just wasted. Like like we're not doing CPR because I'm ready for the next step. Like what's going on with him? Like what did he do? You know what I mean? But moments like that are when I have to explain. Like, okay, look. You know what I mean? So yeah.
I'm trained.
Yeah.
How long were you in the Army in the National Guard?
7 years of my life.
Okay. So this is
2010 to 2017.
So you're about 25 at the end of 2017.
Yeah.
Are you rapping
the whole time
during this time?
Yes.
Are you rapping for people in the Army?
No, not at all. No, but they another motivator of being a creative for you creatives out there. You never know who you're gonna touch. There's a moment in my life, such a beautiful, simple moment. like when God takes me, I'm gonna replay this one if he lets me. If I get to pick my DVD. So my unit, we went to our little training. We're all sweaty. We're all we're getting home, and we finally are back to our cars, and we're cleaning up all of our equipment, doing the checking equipment and all that. We're coming back, whatever. And then dude pulls up his car, speakers blasting, and he plays my music.
Nice.
And it wasn't in an insulting way because he played, I think it was 2 or 3 songs back to back, like his favorites.
Nice.
But it was the support of my unit being like, we're okay, you're a rapper, we like it. Like, nice. Like, these 3 songs we stand by. We're not gonna say like that's the greatest album ever, but in that moment, I was embarrassed when he first played it because I'm like, dude, I'm at work right now. I'm a soldier, right? Like, don't do that. Don't. But then it was the fact that he played the other 2, and people were embracing it. They were like, it's okay. And it was only like 6 or 7 people around, but it was like, I remember that because it was like, oh, okay, I'm supported. So no, I did not make music for like military people at all because a lot of them I don't agree with their ideology, but I can definitely say the hyper focus on motivation and internal strength, I wouldn't have rapped about those things had I not been a soldier.
Nice.
Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah. College.
Yes.
When did you start? Where did you
Loved college, by the way. Like, man, like, so I started at COD, College of DuPage. Okay.
That's in DuPage.
Yes, that's in DuPage, Glen Ellen. I started there.
How far from Chicago is that?
45? No, gotta be 50 or an hour, 50 minutes an hour. It's a junior college. They let me in. I had to scratch and claw to get in there because of my horrible GPA. But when you're in the military, they look out for you. Every college that knows they're gonna get guaranteed money looks out for you.
For sure.
So I went there, graduated with a 4.0 or 3.9. 2. I did 2. I got the actual associates.
Okay.
So I got an associate.
Also, shout out to community college. I learned more from Dennis Long at Cuyahoga Community College that I learned at the School of the Art Institute of Chicago.
We love that, and I love that. And shout out his name because he deserves the recognition. Absolutely. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I have no teachers I remember really from COD except one police officer. He taught me. I forget his name, but he knows. I think it's Jeremy something with an R.
Okay.
But long story short, he gave us this thing. This is when I wanted to become a teacher, and without this moment, I wouldn't have my doctorate in criminal justice.
Okay.
He hands us this packet. We have to read over the case, right? Long story, very short.
What class was this?
Criminal justice. It was like police something or like criminal justice 101. It was a low level class because it's community college. So it was like 101 or 102. Yeah. So long story short, he hands us this packet. We got to read over the case. It's like 20 pages. And the dude had died, right? They said he committed suicide, but he shot himself, but he was leaning to the front. So pretty much you read the case and all the evidence presented and collected is meant to make you think one way, but then everything in reality says something different. And the lesson that he was trying to teach, it was like so deep if you were able to think at that level, because on one level it's just a college, write the paper, but he also wants you to see, like, if you join law enforcement, there will be a time where if you shoot yourself with a shotgun in the chest, you're going this way. If we come in and you're this way, you did not, you know what I mean? But he never said it. And it was so deep mentally for me. It was so deep because he alluded to it. And it was such a professional way that he did it, that if you get this lesson on both levels, you're going to be prepared for any career in reality, because there's what you're supposed to think and do, right? Because there was no, it was a suicide. No one got in trouble for that murder. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is ruled, you know what I mean? But really, all things point to it being homicide. So it's like the deeper questions of like, is this career for you? Could you be a part of this? Would you? Are you going to sign off on this? You know what I mean? Because as you read everything, you're like, this don't add up. And I forgot what the dude was into. He wasn't a gangbanger. The dude was, but something was up with the guy. So someone wanted to take him out, if that makes sense. Like, his resume read like, somebody might have wanted you to. So I love that. And that's what made me open up my brain to how incredible college can be. Because how are you teaching me and judging me off this paper that's 3 pages, but really you're teaching me some whole nother that I'm talking about 15 years later. You know what I mean? Like, I sat with that for a while. Like, this dude's spitting. Like, this is like, and he was one of those police who had to retire early. So he loved being a cop. He got kicked in the kneecap by a drunk cracked his leg. Like just your knee, they kicked it this way.
Yeah.
So they cracked him. He couldn't run. He couldn't do nothing.
Yeah.
And they were like, hey, what I mean, you're gonna get your pension and all that and all that stuff, but you got to go. So he became a teacher. And when you get injured in law enforcement, or when you get injured in any job, you see your real value. That's why his mind, I feel like, was open to the like, this is the right thing, but this is this, because they treat you way different when they can't use you no more. You know what I mean? So you experience both sides. You know what I mean? So yeah. But we can go on. Yeah. So COD. Then I went to Northeastern Illinois University. Love Northeastern.
How much time is there between?
No, they're immediately.
Okay.
Immediately. I went immediately because I had to. Because the military, all those benefits, timetable. You got to be on it. They don't play with you. Oh, we're going to give you free money. You got to do this. You got to do this. So I had to do everything quick in succession. So I went to Northeastern, and Northeastern is when I really became the man I am today, at least intellectually, right? Because it was Northeastern. It's in Chicago. We don't talk about Northeastern enough because it's affordable. We don't talk about Northeastern enough because it's a commuter school. They're heavily they love the Hispanic community. It's one of the first desegregated colleges in Illinois. Nice. It's an amazing school for those people who need a degree and genuinely want to work, right? Like you need this degree to work, right? So long story very short, I went there and I thought I knew something. I didn't know nothing. And that's the beauty of college. I didn't know nothing. So one of the main things I learned from Northeastern when I was there was that everything that you have been taught, which is the purpose of college, should be questioned. Yeah. Because none of it is as it appears, right? So I didn't know that police in certain towns, and especially minority towns and black towns, I didn't know they were getting paid off the tickets that they wrote. Yeah. No one tells you that.
I heard that from my friends.
Yeah.
I grew up in a place called Cleveland Heights where it was a quota.
Bingo. The quota
of course
system.
They go for the lowest hanging fruit, which was Cleveland Heights was a very black and Jewish neighborhood. Yeah. The two streets that went right down in the black neighborhoods, that's where they pulled everybody.
Of course.
They probably still do.
Of course. And that money in certain counties was directly tied to paying overtime, directly tied to buying new vehicles. Yeah. They never taught me none of that at COD. They never taught me that. So my mind was open to, wait, why would I want to work in that system? Because I was on my way to, I love civil service. I'm not about money. I really don't enjoy money that much. I see how money corrupts. I like having enough money to eat crab legs. You know what I mean? But I don't want to have enough money to where it's like I got to be in certain rooms with certain people. Like I don't like that. I don't like a certain way. You see, because really I'm a creative. As long as I can create, I don't really care where I'm at. And I'm so
good thing about being a creative.
Yes,
I imagine that's why they cut art school or art programs first.
Yes.
There's a freedom behind knowing I can make something and make some money off of this thing I made.
Bingo. Yeah. And even if you don't make money, there's this emotion that I want other people to have because it's out of me. Like this idea is out of me. You know what I mean? But I was on my way to being a cop. I was like, I'll be a cop. Like whatever. Like I was a medic. I'll be a cop or a fireman or whatever. But I really want to be a cop till I found out what police did. Yeah. And I was like, it's not the individual cop. Yeah. Let's get that off and I'm not gonna talk about policing, maybe next week or something. But the point is, it's never the individual, it's the system. Yeah. So like you're trying to help your neighborhood, but your boss is like, we need this quota. Like and this quota might have you doing something that you morally bingo. Yep. So my point is that Northeastern opened up my eyes to things like that. And it really made me who I am today intellectually, as far as like the things that I speak about, the artwork that I make, is because a lot of people think they know something because they've been spoon fed something. It's nothing like that. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's the beauty of education and why I think everybody should venture off down whatever path they need to become educated, because there's so much to know about this world. For sure. For you not to be educated on things like that. You know what I mean? So yeah.
So you go to Northeastern. This is 2 years, 4 years?
2.
Because you already did coursework in community college, which the way to go, kids. Don't get caught up in debt. Go to community college. One, fun as fuck. Yeah. Down to earth teachers, down to earth students. You learn whether you want to go to college or not. Some of us don't need to go to college.
Yes.
And I say that all the time. If you are 17, you're about to graduate, I ask you, well, what's next? I'm going to go to college. What you going to go for? I don't know. Go to community college.
100%.
Don't go spend
30,000.
a semester
just to sleep with some girl from Idaho.
Yeah.
She's never seen a black eye. You know what I mean? So you want to sleep with her? Like, just let it go, dude. Like,
go to college parties.
Yeah. Now, I have no pushback for that. I completely agree and stand by what you said. The only thing that I would like to add is like, whenever you are thinking about the next steps after high school or whatever, try to picture yourself at 26. Because that's what helped me. The projection of what type of person do I want to be? What level do I want to be at? And then once you see that person, then make those decisions. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people, I don't know what I want to do. Yeah, because you're still thinking about like you in a year. You know what I mean? Think about you at 26. You know what I mean? Like, then things could become clear. You know what I mean? Because do you need to go to a HBCU 17 hours away from your mom to accomplish what you want to accomplish by 26? Or is that something that just sounds good for now?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
people will spoon feed you a lot of ideas about where you should be and what you should do.
Yeah.
You got to make that decision for yourself.
Yeah. Well, let's get to some of this art talk. That's what I came here for. Right. Got my master's degree at Lewis University.
Where's Lewis University?
It's in Romeoville. I got that in criminal justice.
Where's Romeoville?
Romeoville it's by Joliet. It's 40 minutes away from Chicago, 45 minutes away.
Okay.
Got that. Then by the grace of God, I was on Google looking up because I wanted to get my doctorate, but I couldn't find a practical program. I couldn't get into certain programs, or it was too much money.
Yeah.
And then Penn West University, which used to be a different. It used to be University of California in Pennsylvania. There's 4 public universities in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
They consolidated and they became Penn West University. Penn West University popped up. They have a doctorate program that I was able to get into.
What was the degree?
Doctor of Criminal Justice.
Okay.
Yeah. So they saw my resume. They liked what I was doing. They were like, okay, you know what I mean? You can join whatever. And I graduated in 2024 with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
2 questions for people that are going to listen to this later. Master's program, what do you have to do to get in? PhD, what was the intake process?
So everything is built off everything else, which I know sounds duh, but everything being built off everything else. What I mean by that is, since I got a 4.0 at Northeastern or 3.8 Northeastern, Romeoville was like, Lewis University was like, we'll take a chance on them.
Yeah, for
you know what I mean? Since I got that, and my resume, I got a 3.6 or 3.7 in that. For the next program, they were like, okay, well, since you did that there, obviously you're going to do good here. You know what I mean? So
there was no like entrance essay, interview.
So they've gotten away from the GRE exam, and they've even when I did it in 2018 for my master's, they look at more than just a GRE, but you can get a good GRE score. But the GRE, there's all these barriers that are unnecessary because it's also college is a money game.
Yeah.
So once they realized that I had the GPA, and then once they realized I was going to pay, and they were like, oh, and I'm a veteran. So there's a lot that goes into like my resume. Oh, you're a veteran. You've got money. You've been working. You got a good GPA. Oh yeah, whatever. You know what I mean? We because it's a money game and a reputation game. So they look at me. They're like, oh, your reputation's solid. And
you're not going to mess up our reputation.
Bingo. You know what I mean? So that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. That's school, you know what I mean? And I love it. I love it. I love school. If anything, it's almost like when you realize you're never gonna do homework again.
For sure.
Because when you get your doctorate, I forget his name, but he told us his speech at the graduation. He said, I want you guys to know that like you're gonna be very sad. And it was like, why are you what? You know what I mean? But he was spitting because he was like, now that you have your doctorate, he's like, you've been in school so long. It's a part of you. You've accomplished it. It's like watching your kid go away. You know what I mean? You're like, because he's not. You can never do homework again. and he was saying, he's like, there's nothing else for you to learn. Yeah, like in this field, obviously you can go do something else, but that's redundant. You know, you go get another like. So he was just saying, like, you know, like now you have to do all the work you said you were going to do. Yeah, and that's where I'm at now. And it is a little difficult, you know what I mean, to jump back out there because I was so used to sitting writing papers all day, reading all these high-level documents and scholarly works. You know what I mean? Also,
I genuinely miss that about school, which is weird because I did terribly.
That's what I'm saying.
But when I got an English degree, and I was like, "What? You all don't know how to write a 5-page, 5-paragraph essay format with an MLL citation page.
yeah,
That's all I really got to know.
Yeah.
Got it.
MLM. Yeah, I mean, but yeah. So that's it with the school stuff. You know
Wait, what was
I
the
mean?
MLA?
I did APA.
One of them.
Yeah.
We both went to college.
Yeah. I never liked MLM, and
I don't think I ever learned APA.
Yeah, till I got older, deeper into school. Like I will say, like once you write enough, you're like, I didn't even want to give in to the scholarly sources till my master's made me really see, like, oh, this is what they've been saying all 4 years. Oh, like, okay, like governmental data hits way different than this one guy's opinion that was reviewed, but and then there's levels to it, you know what I mean? So I was resistant to APA, and then like right before I got my master's, I'm like, oh, okay, I get it now. So when I went to my doctorate, I was up on that, you know what I mean?
I'll also say before we move on,
Yeah,
knowing how to cite your sources
is
never been more important.
Oh yes, especially
they
nowadays.
Can make this on a computer. You have to be able to say, I saw that guy this year before this AI video thing was even an option, and then verify the information that we're saying here.
Yeah.
People don't do that, and that's why we are where we are.
It's definitely one of the reasons why we are where we are. Not citing sources or not double checking it from more than one angle and
just immediately. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it must be true.
yeah. He said.
Yeah.
Master's degree, PhD. Are you rapping?
No. I stopped rapping. 2018. I stopped rapping. I made my last rap video. I think I made 1 or 2 songs after that. Like right now, I've got songs that are in my head. It never leaves you. Those synapses in the brain are permanently wired. And
for sure.
You know, I still, even if a beat is good enough, that the lower chakra rapper me is like, come on, come on.
You know, like, you want
let me out. You know what I mean?
I heard you in the shower.
Yeah. So I do have this one song that I might have to record because I do love it. You know what I mean? But I don't have anything else. I don't have an album name, no concept, no nothing like that. You know what I mean? Although Spotify exists, and I know they make no money off streams, but I do look at the younger generation like, man, if I had this back then, you know what I mean? I did have MySpace, but it was like trying to get you to go to a different site. Yeah. People were still thinking about physical CDs. I'm that old, you know what I mean?
For sure.
And then when streaming came, it's like maybe I would have, because it's easier to be underground now. Your TikTok pops off, your YouTube pops off. You can be underground and make you can make 50K a year as an underground rapper. You know what I mean? And that can be your life. You know what I mean? You do shows in your tri-state area.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
I mean, you go to Ohio,
the important part
Illinois.
Of that, you have to do shows. You can't just stream and make 50 grand.
Yeah.
1 million streams won't buy you a house, is what I keep hearing people say.
Yes. But
for that you got to have breath control.
100%. Yeah. Live performances was I used to love that, man. You bring me back. But you can do merch. You can do this. You can do that. Like, all these things that like now I see. I'm like, man, if I was 22 right now or 20, I might still be. I'd have more vitriol or more like I could rap. But back then, there was so many independent people you had to meet and this and that, and that.
Sure.
You know what I mean? The blueprint is out there now. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Also, music cards. Look those up. It's a little card. It's got a little chip in it. You put your music on it. You sell it to somebody for $5. They put it in their phone or their computer or whatever. It's as close as we can get to physical media. You can get about 300 for about $350.
That's amazing.
You got to Google.
That's free game.
I don't remember the website.
Yeah.
So this whole time you're not rapping, where does the art develop?
Immediately after I stopped rapping, I started doing collage.
Okay.
So
you are doing collage while you're doing your degree
all this other stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Working, and I'm working security. So I'm working security at night, and then I'm doing collage during the day and stuff like that.
What kind of security?
So I work with the mentally ill.
Okay.
So like psych ward.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a whole different podcast, but that's what I work. And I'm doing the collage at night or during the day or whenever else I can. And this is also, I bought a house at 25. So this is the first time in my life I'm shutting the lights off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm shutting the lights off. Yeah, I'm shutting them off. But that's where I was able to do the collage because I was able to be silent, or I was able to be, because you can't do. You ever done collage? Okay, like a lot, or like every now and then.
I haven't done physical collage in a long time.
Okay, so
But I did 600 cards.
okay,
that
that does count.
And I have 2 public art digital collage
Okay.
projects, one in Chatham and one in North Lawndale.
Okay, those count.
Mhm.
The point I was trying to get you to jump on with me is the mess. It's that you cannot collage in someone else's house. Like you have to collage in your own space.
Dear God.
So much waste because
For
I'm
sure.
cutting up, and
sure.
I could have never done this.
Yeah.
In I was renting a room before I bought a house. I could never do that there. So that's another thing I wanted to say.
For sure.
Is that you don't even know who you are as a young man. I'm speaking to young men because I was a young man, so I'm not being a sexist. Okay, I just want to talk to my young men real quick. You don't even know who you are if you're not in your own space.
Yeah,
I never did a collage in my life till I lived on my own.
No.
Rapping I could do because a notebook.
Yeah,
you
that's
a
anywhere.
neat. Yes, exactly. But
8 Mile, Eminem was writing on a paper bag.
Bingo. I'm at my own home. There's no one there to restrict me. I have time to think,
Nobody
to contemplate, no one to interrupt me. So I start doing collage and I love it and never look back.
Now, to zoom in on that, you're buying these books. Were you just looking at the books and said, I'm going to cut this out? I'm seeing a lot of
the creative process for me, it always starts in my gut.
I want you to start with how your creative process, or I want you to include how your creative process has grown.
Okay. Yeah. I'll definitely do that because it definitely has changed and evolved. So what I will say is when you asked me about the books first. So the creative process for me always starts in my gut. And I can feel it like right above my hips. Right. This is beyond your normal recognition of anything. So open up your mind to what I'm saying, please. So the creative process is not like these aren't thoughts that I'm having consciously. Yeah. These are feelings and emotions that are trying to become thoughts. Yeah. So it starts off in my gut. So in my gut, I'll feel something, and then a random word will pop up, like war, or like feminism, or like real love, or like Kanye West, but in 1951, like, oh, what can I do with that? You know what I mean? So it's not fully there. Then it goes up and up, and it rises to like mid chest. Now I can't stop thinking about it. Now I'm like a table with Kanye, with this, with that, with Nike shoes, with this, with that, war on drugs. So now I'm at the stores looking at books because I've got a bunch of different topics in my chest that I'm looking through. So I can just look at the book. Yeah. And if the feeling is there when I flip through the photo book, I'll then buy the book.
What bookstores do you source from? Or have you sourced from?
Half Price Books is pretty good.
I do like Half Price Books.
Facebook Marketplace is pretty good. I will even go on Amazon if I just if I can Google the book good enough. If I have like a certain idea, like for instance, there's this hip hop book I'm about to buy. It's a modern hip hop book, like pictures of hip hop artists. I have one of the original ones. When I say original, I mean the original idea from like 2001. It's got pictures of Eminem and Dr. Dre and Tupac and all these other ones. But this one is for like the little babies and the little Dirks. They're in this book. So I'm about to buy that off Amazon soon. You know what I mean? Because once again, the idea is bubbling up. Okay, I can use the modern ones with this. So anywhere I can find books, I was going to the Goodwill, but they kind of put a damper on that. But I'll go to all the used bookstores. If I see one, I'll Google it. I'll go to that. But Half Price Books is probably my number one because I can be in there and they have such a wide variety. For sure. And their clearance section, is like, because they're throwing stuff away. They don't see what I see. For sure. You know what I mean? But yeah, I go to
real quick, thrift books.
Thrift books.
That's another good one.
Yes. Now the only problem for me as a collage artist is that, like I said, I gotta be flipping through it. I gotta feel it. Sometimes I make a good guess and it gets sent to my house. But yeah, so that's it. So the creative process for me, buying books is all about feeling, all about speaking to myself, all about emotion, all about trusting the spirit within me that's creating. And then time. I don't rush it. You know what I mean? I never have rushed it. Yeah. I will force myself just to keep the dexterity of my fingers up. I'll force myself to do a collage. And those are cool. But like the ideas that I have, I let them bubble up, take time. So I might buy a book today about African dreadlocks. I might not cut that book up for 4 years. You know what I mean? Because that I just might not. Yeah. But the idea is there. Yeah. You know
as a collage artist, I get it.
Yeah.
Buy something. I don't know how I'm gonna use this, but I'm gonna use it one day.
Bingo.
Then one day, oh shit, I got this.
100%. It's 3 a.m. I'm, oh my God, wait, I have a picture of, and that's sometimes the art pieces are so intimate. So the Unity movement in Chicago, Golden Child.
Shout out to Golden Child.
Yes, I was watching him speak. I was like, man, if I was 19, you know what I mean, I'd be down there. I'm a little older now, but I was like, I'm big on coming to black art. I'm big on immortalizing the black image in the proper format.
For sure.
And it's my job. It's not for me to look for the government, especially with the way America's going. I can't look for the government to do it. You know, Qyjon, the icon, has to preserve the black image when I see fit. It's not every art piece I make, but when I do. So I saw Golden Child. I saw what he was doing. And it reminded me of the 1960s movement. It reminded me of the civil rights movement. It reminded me of Fight the Power. It reminded me of the true nature and power of hip hop.
Yeah.
So then
back when hip hop was turning people into revolutionaries.
Bingo. And it reminded me of that.
Before it was turning people into drug dealers.
100%.
Drug users.
100%. So I witnessed Golden Child and the way he spoke so well and his music and the message. Then I met him at Healthy Hood. Then I met him again at his birthday party. And I was like, you know what? All the work this young man is doing needs to be put into its proper context. So I made a chair for him to sit on.
Nice.
And I used pictures that I've had for years mixed with his Instagram post.
Nice.
So when you look at this chair, you're seeing Malcolm, Martin, and Golden Child and the unity and the members of the Unity movement, because it is all one train of thought, unifying, making life better, right? And so I forgot why I originally brought this point up, but the creative process of being a collage artist.
Yeah,
it's intimate because he has that chair, right? Some of them pictures I have had for 5 years, and I had to make that sacrifice to properly showcase what I wanted and see immortalize the black image in the way that I wanted to. Nice. So being a collage artist, it is funny because I have so many images in my mind all the time. And it's crazy. Sometimes you see where it ends up. Like, I would never think this would end up on this chair.
For sure.
I mean, and the part that I love is people might dismiss it, but you cannot find that picture. And that's when I get in my bag as a collage artist.
For sure.
That book is from 1993.
Yeah.
You cannot find that picture. You grab your phone, you take a picture of that picture, you see if that picture comes up. You actually have to get the book. You have to know So it's so much
treasure hunting.
1,000,000%. My granddad has these erotica books that I got. Some of the photos in there are so beautiful, where it's like the photographer curated this. So when I cut this up, the average person looking at this can't even comprehend what they're looking at. Like, you don't even understand. Like, this is a 60-year-old photo. Yeah. This is a 70-year-old photo. You know what I mean? And capturing the essence of beauty is I'm proving that it's timeless because this photo was taken so long ago.
For sure.
This woman in this photo is dead. Yeah. But this moment right here.
She at least doesn't look like this.
Yeah, but go on.
So what I haven't heard is why collage specifically? Like, what made you think? Did you buy the books first? Did you have a book and you cut out some pictures and you put some stuff together? Did you have a history of doing collage? Did you look at, I don't think Romare Bearden is the one that did collages. There's Harlem Renaissance artists that did collages. Like, so, where did that come from?
So I'm watching the video for Kanye West's Power.
Okay.
This is way before I ever did a collage, but it's in 2010 or whatever. I'm watching it, right? The video, by the way, blew my mind because it wasn't the whole song. And this is the first time for me personally where I consider Kanye West more than a rapper. This is the first time I was like, oh, you're an artist. Like, this is so he depicted himself as a Greek god in the video. I never seen a black man look like this. Right. So I'm like, I'm in awe, right? Because it's so arrogant on the surface. But on the deeper level, it's like, why did it take me 20-something years to see a black man look like this and not be a SNL parody? Yeah. And not be laughed at and not be playing. And we already talked about this. And it's one of the greatest albums of all time. Right. Not by his words. This is the music people saying, hey, when it comes to music, this is in the top 100. When it comes to rap, this is top 10. Like maybe number 9 or 10, but this is one of the greatest rap albums. So when he's making a video in the moment, you're like, it's arrogant, blah, 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 blah. But then now we're 10 years removed, 15 years removed, like, oh no, you needed me to see you that way because that's what the album was. But anyway, in the video, there's these Greek mythological kind of characters like working and playing and all these other things. And I loved it. I was like, I love this. And that's the beginning of me wanting to depict Black people properly is that music video.
Okay.
So then when I bought my own house, I'm looking at my kitchen and I'm like, man, I don't know, like something was hitting me. Like I want to see that music video every day.
Yeah.
So then I went and I bought the Greek mythology books with the statues, right? I wasn't as deep into the Africanity as I should have been, into the African mindset as I should have been. I'm only beginning, but I wanted to wake up and have that feeling of awe that I got from that video that he used the Greek mythology, the pillars, the statues, right?
Also, Greeks went to college in Egypt.
I know that.
Yeah. Just, I mean, I'm not saying you don't. I'm just saying for the people.
For the people, to put it in the context.
These gods, a lot of them came from over here. Greeks brought them over here and they made them look like Greek people.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So I did my kitchen, right? I did my kitchen wall. I'll never forget this. And the saddest thing, because you're an artist, leaving that kitchen wall, because it was a whole wall. It was like so my first collage is actually like a 20-foot collage.
Nice.
And I did it freeform. I got a wallpaper glue. I bought a bunch of Greek mythology books and I put all the pictures up. I cut them up. And everybody who came to my house was in awe. Everybody said, what the fuck is this? No, like, and like legit, you as a rapper, I could tell when I play a song and you didn't like it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Or when it has to grow on you, or when you love it. Everybody loved this collage. One of the greatest one of the greatest compliments that should have been an insult. My friend walks in my house. He sees the wall. He said, what type of serial killer shit do you got going on in this motherfucker? You know what I mean? And I was like, because a lot of them are intelligent, you know what I mean? Yeah. So that's what made me do collage, was that music video, because it's a collage in the video. They're all collaging, you know what I mean? Yeah. And then I did the one on the wall, and I realized I like this because you can look at one image. This is my quote. I've been saying it over and over and over and over. A picture's worth 1,000 words. If I take 1,000 images and make one image, I should leave you speechless.
For sure.
Because that's me as a collage artist. That's my quote. That's how I think of it. That's what that wall did for me. And there'd be some days I feel horrible. I look at the wall, I feel better.
Nice.
The sun will come through sometimes in my kitchen. I have vivid memories of it hitting the art piece. And as the art piece aged with the imagery, it was so beautiful that me and collage are, you know what I mean?
Nice.
So we can.
So, and this is a personal question from me to you.
Yes.
Putting art on furniture.
Yes.
Do you have a carpentry background? Because there's certain stuff like the Bridgeport Art Center piece.
Yeah.
As somebody who, when I say I make collages, it's always like 3-dimensional stuff.
Okay.
Take this thing, figure out how to screw this into this, drill a hole through this, put some glue on this, and then put this thing together. I've had those shits break.
Yes.
So like, what was the learning curve for making art into furniture?
The learning curve, let me see. Well, one, I would say I'm more upcycling.
Okay.
So a lot of things that I make, it's already a good foundation. Right. Yes, I make tables, but I'm not cutting the wood. Like it's like I figure a way. So like I'm pretty good at it now to where like I guess I am creating chairs, but like it already was a chair. I now bought the upholstery gun, so it looks super professional. I bought the certain glue. I will buy my own foam and cut my own foam. So I am at a level where it's like, but I'm not just fully constructing from scratch a chair.
Would you ever want to do that?
No. No. I'm glad I was a rapper, because being a rapper, I learned my limits. I do not make beats.
No,
do not make beats.
It's
I do
collage.
not want to record.
I wrote it down. I was like, when I make beats, and this is again just comes from my studying of hip hop.
Yeah,
RZA, one of the greatest musical collage artists.
Yes,
DJ Shadow, Alchemist. I actually have this quote because I do this.
Yes.
RZA, a quote of RZA saying, I'm a wizard when it comes to sampling. You listen to a song, the song could be trash, but there's something cool about that song.
Yes.
I'm going to take out that one cool thing and I'm going to add it to a song to make this song cool. I'm going to take all these cool sounds and I'm going to arrange it into a beat.
Yes.
So that reminds me of what that story about the wall.
Yes.
Sounded a lot like beat making, except, in the beat, and you don't necessarily have to do this. Jay Dilla is proof of it, but there's typically a grid.
Yes.
That you're applying these tiny memories from the song to. So it's not as freeform unless you're the guy that figures out how to do freeform sampling. No, but you wouldn't be interested in that?
No, not at all. I know my limits as an artist, right? And that's my favorite thing. And that's why I love talking about art, because there's no grading, right? As a person with a doctorate, I've been graded for a long time, right? So it's so nice to make art because there's no grading. There is no, and when you say that, you can take it and be like, well, if there's no grade, then I don't know what's an A and a B. And most people, that's why they don't like art, because they can't be told what it is, right? So me as an artist, knowing my limits is so beautiful because I decided my limit. You didn't tell me my limits because I got a C grade. I'm telling you my limits because I don't like it. And I'm not doing it. You know what I mean? So me, I never want to make beats. I never want to record. It's too tedious. Like, I love to get in the booth and spit, right? So when it comes to my collage art, I know what I like and what I do not like. And I will not do anything other. And I will not do anything other. And you can't make me do nothing other. I don't care. Like, even people want to buy a piece and they want me to do certain stuff. I'm not doing certain stuff. Like
commissions,
stuff that works on stuff that hangs on the wall. I will do, but I tell people, whatever I make, you're gonna take.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm not switching anything.
For sure.
And if you don't like it, take your money back.
The best is when somebody's like, all right.
Well, I don't even give them a choice. I don't really care.
Yeah,
what you have to say about it, because I know my limits in this space.
For sure.
And for all my creatives listening, you know what I mean, and for this to be a clip that I've been a clip out, you know what I mean. The best part of being a creator is knowing your limits. And if you don't know your limits, then you don't know how great you actually could be, because you have to work within confines to be a good artist, right? This is what makes you a good artist, right? When you do too much or try to do too many things, you'll never really be truly as good as you could be. You see, and in our society, we don't really want to put limits on people. You can be anything. Yes, however, we gotta hone that in, right?
I'd almost say that's your job to do. Society says you could do anything. Life is a pencil sharpener, a rock tumbler.
You see,
figure out.
You see
where you want to point yourself.
Bingo, 100%.
Yeah.
And my limits as a collage artist have always made me love the art piece even more, because your limits can grow, right? But you have to know what they are. You have to know and work with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now, we talked a week ago and said we were going to call this interview the Black Artist Situation. Now that we've gone through
the history,
1 to 9, 9 to 12, 12 to 15, 15 to 18, 18 to 27, and beyond. What's your view of the art situation? Like showing in Chicago, making art, showing people your art, gathering people's thoughts about it. What are some observations that this line of work has shown you?
It's just as much of a sham as the music industry.
Entirely true.
Yes. So so there's this book I'm gonna quote the book probably 5 or 6 times, and I really want everybody who's an artist to read the book. It's called Art and Fear, an Observation. I don't know the dude's name, but Art and Fear, look it up on Amazon. It's like $10. But he talks about this, and I talked about this last time I was here, so I'm repeating myself. But when you create from the soul, you can see when others aren't. Right?
Yeah.
Like, so I say the art world or the art situation is a sham, like the music industry, because money has tainted it. And we know this. I'm not telling you nothing you don't know. All I'm saying is, as an actual artist who's creating beyond language, within feeling, within emotion, within love, within truth, I can see that when I go to these art shows, not everybody in that room, but a lot of the people in that room have been trained, conditioned, and pushed to one thing. You know what I mean? If you show me an art piece with a stop sign in a dark urban area and a black boy with his pants sagging, and you're trying to tell me to stop the violence against blacks. Like you, like that's not even, you know what I mean, to me, right? I got this story I love to tell, and hopefully it makes sense in this moment. I go to an art show. I won't say what art gallery. And the artist, if you're seeing this, you know who you are. You know what I mean? I have no problem with the guy, but he brought us to this art show. I got dressed. I drove 35 minutes. I think I might even bought a ticket, or I bought a drink when I was there, right? You have 40 people, 50 people in this room, right?
When was this art show?
This is like 2021, 2022, right?
Okay.
It's at a gallery, a small independent gallery.
A real gallery, or just like a storefront with a gallery?
It was for the purpose of being an art gallery. That's how I'm gonna answer that. It was only an art gallery.
What side of town?
If I say too much, you're gonna know which one I'm talking about. Anyway, I go there, right? And he has all these pieces, and he's technically good. And this is something that I want that's important to the story. He's technically good at art. The paintings are amazing. Like you can tell he is a skilled painter. But his biggest art piece, guess what his biggest art piece was? Guess what his biggest art piece was in his solo exhibit?
Like what the subject matter was?
Yeah, just take a guess.
A black girl getting her hair braided.
No, it was a selfie. He painted himself, like 40 inches by 40 inches. It disgusted me as an artist. It disgusted me. You don't know.
Was it a good painting?
No, you don't. Technically, yes, but it was not good. So look, you don't know who's coming here, right? It could be a collector, because sometimes those people, like how I do my treasure hunting, they do their treasure hunting. You don't know who's coming in that door. You don't know what media is going to be here. The person who did this gallery put it together for you. You don't know what this could do for them. Like there's so much that potentially could be riding on this, as we love to think about how the potentialities of our life, right? You made me drive 35 minutes to show me the biggest pieces of selfie. That means you're not creating from your soul, you're creating from your ego. That means as a creator, you're not going to the depths. So I took him in front of his piece, because we were talking about it, and he knew I was an artist right when I asked this question. And this is the question I want to pose to the other creators listening. I asked him one question. I said, "Where's the risk?" He's perplexed, because he loves himself so much. Obviously, he's perplexed. I said, "There's no risk in this." You know what I mean? The painting was super safe. There was nothing about it that stood out. It's the biggest piece here, which is the standout piece, and it's a selfie of yourself. You know what I mean? Our conversation was very brief, because he knew that I'm telling you as an artist, I'm turned off. I'm telling you that I don't appreciate this really at all. You know what I mean? So that's a good synopsis of how I view the art scene, right? Because this was an independent show, you know, not many sponsors, but a lot of artists who create from that same area get sponsored. A lot of people who do those safe, technically good things, they get sponsored, right? And I understand it, because they put in some of the hours to meet and network and get to those positions, things that I have not done. But it's not from the soul.
No,
it's not to be remembered. It's not to be, really, revered over. Or
it's an Instagram show.
Bingo.
This is an Instagram page.
Bingo. Oh, you go to his Instagram, that's the first pin post, is that selfie photo. You go to his Facebook, the cover of it. You go to his YouTube, that same painting of himself. And a real creator understands that this is not even about you. So I'm merely a medium. I'm merely a condiment for creativity. None of this is for me. I had my neighbor knocked on my door the other day. He has a lawn mowing service, so he cuts my grass. He knocks on my door. He's like, "Oh, hey, I see you got a 9/11 patch." I had some 9/11 patch that I was gonna throw away. It was on my my porch, because I throw away stuff too all the time. Like, I'm not gonna use that, But that 9/11 patch went with the 9/11 art piece. I've had this 9/11 art piece for 5 years. It is beautiful. It is amazing. I stand by it. I love it. But it's not me. If this man's at my doorstep and he likes the patch, I said, "You want to see something?" Which he was like, "Oh my God, he's my neighbor. He didn't see me drag so much weird shit in my house." So he was like, "Yeah,
kill me."
So I go grab my 9/11 art piece, which I probably could get, if I'm being super realistic, $300 for easily. Easily. If I put up for $300, someone's gonna buy it. You know what I mean? Now, what I want is 1,000, but realistically, a realistic number, $300. The next art show, somebody will buy it. He loved 9/11 memorabilia. I just gave it to him.
Nice.
Like, and I don't. That's not a bragging point, but like, no, I'm a real creator.
Yeah.
If this
I'll
brought you
make another
here,
one.
bingo. I'm the medium. I'll bring another one. You know what I mean? It's taking up space. It's not in a show. It's not being exhibited. You want it. You asked me for this patch. This is nothing. And he was in such. Oh my God. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, here, take it. You know what I mean? Because the art is to be enjoyed
for sure
and to be motivating for others. It's not for me.
For sure.
How much does a selfie of you that's 40 inches motivate someone?
That is an interesting
You see what I'm saying?
thing to put out there.
You see what I'm
saying?
saying?
I get, to a degree, I get the statement piece. But if you're not saying anything with your statement piece, why is anybody looking at it?
100.
You could have blown up a photograph of yourself.
And I would have liked that more.
Yeah.
Especially if you blew it up and the resolution got kind of janky and you know what I mean? Like, because there's this thing happening now too, which I love just as an artist. People are purposely on purpose making PS1 games.
Nice.
Or PS1 imagery.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
The choice to it's the opposite of upscale. Downscale, or rescale. There's a word that they're using on the internet now in the artist space. To purposely do that is the most artistic thing that I'm seeing because it takes, now that the technology doesn't exist and it's not so readily available, it's actually more difficult to create PS1 graphics. It's actually easier now to do what Sora's doing. And make something that looks so vivid and so new.
I was going to say, it's the AI conversation that I think I had with you where you said AI only knows how to be perfect.
Yes.
It can't make mistakes.
Yes. And and the people who are purposely making the PS1 graphic designs and video games now, they enjoy the gradiness. Yeah. Which is the mistakes, the pixelation. They're starting to see the appreciation of it. Right. Because you get to fill in I was watching somebody on YouTube do a video essay. You get to fill in the blanks. That's art. Yeah. That's art. Yeah. You know what I mean? Doing something that is not guaranteed to be accepted. Like that's artwork. That's why we're here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So yeah.
Let me ask you this.
Yes.
Art funding is being cut.
Yes.
For all these programs. And I don't want to be kicked out of the art space any more than I have already been kicked out of the art space.
Yes. Yes.
I went to the School of the Art Institute.
Okay.
I regularly take classes at the Hyde Park Art Center. And I'm not saying this to tear down either of those institutions. But a lot of the people that receive funding for their art don't make relatable art. Yeah. And they're able to keep making unrelatable art and art is supposed to push people. I understand if you're pushing people out into a bubble, that's still art. I'm not trying to take the definition away from it. But so many people make stale art and get funding for it. When I saw that, I was like, oh, so it's my turn now, right? Because I don't apply for grants. Yeah. People are like, oh, you should get a grant. And they ain't never going to give me a grant. Why would you give me a grant?
I'm going to say something. I like you. Your trauma is showing. Because I believe it. Your trauma is showing because if you're not applying for the grants, then you don't know.
True. And I've heard similar stuff.
You don't know. No, but I'm only saying that because the Bridgeport Art Center didn't support me the way I wanted to be supported. I still went back. They still let me in. I've been in 3 art shows with them. They gave me my respect, and now I'm here talking to you. You know what I mean? And who knows where this leads? So I know what you mean, but the same way you create a painting from a blank canvas and don't know what's going to come out till you're finished, you don't know till you apply for the grants what could happen. You know what I mean? So I get why, because practically, yes, I know what you mean. And the blandness of who does get funded, I know what you mean. However, till we apply ourselves, we can't say that.
Well, I'll also say I've never, not getting a grant has never stopped me from making art.
All the more reason why we apply, because it's not going to affect you no way.
Well, yeah. I'm very meh about grants.
Because you're a real artist.
And I'm very meh about taking money from people that are taking money from people in that way, where you're going to now want me to do this. I'm supposed to act this way when you walk in the room. I'll sit in my studio
Yeah,
and
you're a
make
real
my
artist.
stuff.
I completely understand.
I'll show it at a bar.
Yeah.
I'll sell it here.
Yeah.
I just got to show at Oak Park Library. Like, I'm not an artist who's ever relied on outside funding like that. I'll make the money and then make the art. So when I see art funding getting cut, and again, this isn't to throw anybody under the bus, but I'm like, oh, okay, well, y'all gonna have to do what I do now. You're gonna have to work a side
come
job,
back.
Do a job that you can handle that pays you enough. I got this from Tom Waits. Tom Waits said, he spent so much of his youth washing dishes because it allowed him to perform music at that same venue.
We love
doing what you have to do to be able to continue your art. I think so many people have gotten this grant or this grant, got a nice apartment, put a bunch of plants in it.
Yeah.
They take pictures next to their art with their plants, and the pictures are all well curated. But all I'm saying in this funding is that apartment, that plant, that chair you're sitting in. That
I get what you're saying.
The art is right here.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
If I am to post my art, which I stopped doing on Instagram and I still do on Facebook every once in a while, it's the art. I'm not in that picture.
Yeah.
Because like you said, it's not about me.
Yeah.
So what do you think about these funding programs being cut, and what do you think that's going to do to shrink it down, art in the city of Chicago or art in the city like Chicago?
Well, I will say when you say, so are you saying like the federal government cutting art programs or Chicago cutting art programs?
I believe it's at the federal level, but I think it's affecting city stuff.
I do think Chicago, New York, London, all those places, nothing's going to change. You know what I mean? And when I say nothing's going to change, it's because art is so deeply ingrained in the society of a Chicago, of a New York, of a London, of these other places we can name that are big on art, that not really going to affect it. Now, as a whole, cutting the funding for art programs, obviously I don't agree with it. But I think that America has taken a psychological shift towards not appreciating things like that.
Not appreciating anything.
Yeah, you see, but especially not you wanting to just paint.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think so many people have found a different route that when you do maybe the economic analysis, say, do we even need to fund this? They're going to figure out how to make money anyway, or you know what I mean? So my opinion on it is we don't appreciate deep thought in America, and real art is the highest form of thought. So why
you said that in the YouTube video?
You see,
thinking at your highest level.
Thinking at your highest level, exactly. So why would America, or not America, why would the federal government be funding programs for young people or people in general to be operating at their highest thought? That's not in their best interest.
No.
You know what I mean? Because I can already say that I know the art programs have been, the funding's been dwindling forever.
Yeah.
I mean, so now under, this administration, you can just put the kibosh on it, but places like Chicago are not going to let that happen fully. You know what I mean? Because it's just too deeply ingrained. It's just too, New York's not going to let that happen. Like, and the art market itself is also deeply, I'm not going to say self-funded, but, millionaires or people with money or collectors.
You want to know what I heard about the art market?
Oh, it's money laundering.
So to go deeper than that.
Yeah.
What I heard from a guy that used to run a gallery, he was like, if you actually want to make it an art, you have to go to New York. And I was like, why? And he was like, because that's where America keeps its money. The Vatican, what's the example? Rome doesn't keep its money in the Capitol. It keeps its money in the Vatican.
Yeah.
So that if the Capitol gets sacked, you don't get all the money.
Yeah.
DC is where the government is. New York is where Wall Street is.
Yeah.
This is where everybody keeps their money. And then on top of that, these hedge fund managers and all of that class of society are using your art as an insurance scam. Art doesn't have any inherent value, and they can insure it for as much as they say it's worth if they go to the right person. So there are people getting kickbacks off of
authenticating. Yeah.
This is an authentic Van Gogh.
And what you're talking about now, that's where I will say, like, as a Black artist, that's my third goal on the list. So first, I want to I would like to make like an annual art show that is not just for Black artists, because I don't want to pigeonhole Black artists. I don't want to do that either. But it's heavily like this is who we're focused on: amateur Black artists or Black artists. So that thing we're talking about. I want an annual show where that artist gets $3,000 to $5,000 when they win to fund them, right? But later down the line, I want to create an authenticating program, because there's artists who, as you know, exactly what you just said, they authenticate their own artwork and go to the bank and can get money based off that, or there's a way to get money out of their art, and even though the art is not selling, you know what I mean, because it's authenticated at this price, and in that process, no Black people can do that. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so it's the art appraisers are in on it, the banks are in on it, right? And there's no museums. The museums, there's no Black artists in that realm, right? Because once I did my research, I'm like, well, that's where I want to get to.
Yeah.
So before I pass away, I would love to get the system down of that, even if it's for $50, even for 500, but just something to authenticate. Because why am I creating all these things? This is what people might ask. This is what people give up. Where's the money at? They don't realize, like, well, that guy knew that guy, and that's why that painting is $10,000.
Yeah,
he's still living in that apartment because he got to borrow $5,000 off him being able to sell that painting for $10,000. There's a rich man who's like, it's worth $10,000. How do I know? He looked it up, and someone said, look, I can show you right here. So he spent the $10,000. Like, it's a whole system behind it. You know what I mean? That because I want to get to the system. I guess that's my main point. And one of the reasons I'm glad I came to speak to you today, to talk at this level, to remind myself, like, I want to get to the system. You know what I mean? Not in a negative way, but I want to get to the system because I know how many incredible thoughts I have and how much love I put into what I make and where I want it to go. That it's like, if I feel this way, I wish there was an avenue for others who feel this way to get to where they want to go. And I want to make that system to where your 50 paintings, if they're all authenticated at $50 a pop, and you go to an art show and they can look you up on a government level website, oh shit, $50 for this? Man, oh, by the Illinois Commission, blah 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 blah, it's worth 50, and you're selling it for, you know what I mean, like something like that, you know what I mean, to create those streams of revenue for artists, you know what I mean. So I would love to just make a better system for artists, and especially a better system that deliberately incorporates Black artists.
Nice.
Yes.
How do you start that?
Well, I'm starting to get with you. Me and you were going to do that art show. Me, you. I'm going to get everybody I know, because one thing that God has blessed me with so far, when I put my mind to it, is being able to connect. So through my authenticity, you don't even look at me or speak to me if you're not authentic. You see, it's why sometimes certain people, we can't even speak. Yeah. Because I'm speaking from a place that's so real. Yeah. That it's like, it turns you off if you're not on the same level, right? So started by that annual show. I'm going to get that annual show.
What are we going to call it?
Well, I want to call it the Unity in the Community Art Show. And the winner is going to be somebody whose art exemplifies unity within the community, or unity, period. You know what I mean? And it's going to be open to everybody. It's not just a Black artist thing, but it's something that, you know what I mean? So if you do something, whatever the art piece is, got to get that down. I was obviously going to be, I'm going to accept wall paintings, I'm going to accept sculptures, I'm going to accept, but depending on the venue and where we can get it, you know, there's going to be obviously some parameters, because people make 20-foot things. You know, there's going to be some type of, but the art that is motivating from my eyeballs when I look at it, I want to give that person more money. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because $3,000 to that 20-year-old artist, that's paint for a year and a half, 2 years. Sure. You know, I want to do that because that's what's important to me. So that's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to get with artists like you, get with Healthy Hood. Shout out to Tanya, shout out to Alan, shout out to Golden Child. Hopefully the Unity Movement helps out. Equity and Transformation Chicago. I know people there who want to help me do things like this. Okay. So the point is, I'm going to start there, and hopefully the same people who allow the Bridgeport Art Center to exist see this idea and, okay, well, let's help them out. You know what I mean? I have complete faith, because it's not like I don't want no money. You know what I mean? I want to motivate. I don't care. I don't want to get paid. If I was getting paid, my motivation and things like that might skew things. This is not for me. Yeah. This is merely for this next generation, the next, especially the way the world's going. We're going to need to crowdfund. We're going to need to get together. We're going to need to do things. We're going to have to find new ways of making revenue streams together, especially for our young creatives, because AI is going to be doing all the medial tasks. What are these people going to be doing?
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
I thought AI was going to wash my dishes.
No, I'm
I
saying.
thought I was going to have Rosie the robot.
No, I'm saying that's coming. I'm saying that's coming. So now this 18-year-old ain't gonna do butt paint.
Yeah.
But relax.
True.
I mean,
True.
but hit the dad pen and relax. You know what I mean? Paint something. You know what I
For
mean?
sure.
Because the robots are going to be washing dishes very soon.
This is true. If we
Yeah.
could have robots be like CEOs and let those people
Yeah.
figure out something else
Yeah.
to do. Stop taking jobs from people
Yeah.
who've worked the hardest for their job.
Yeah. No, you're right.
You know. You have any thoughts about AI art?
I do. I think AI art it's one of my favorite things actually. Conceptually, there's this picture of like I love like Homer Simpson with the grills. I love that, or like not Mike Myers with the grill, but Freddy Krueger with the grill and the diamond chain, looking like a rapper. Like I love AI art for things like that. I also love it because it only, for me and for others, it should deepen your appreciation for the real world.
Yeah.
So a lot of people they love the video. This video is on your phone. You know what I mean? It should deepen your appreciation for real art in the real world. So
For sure.
I don't see it fully as negative. The only thing I see as negative is the technicality, right? So I've seen your work, and there's a when I went to your art show at the Culture Museum, you're at the front part. As a person who's never worked with metals, as a person who does not do what you do, I'm not only liking it aesthetically, I'm liking the technical ability and talent it takes to make it. I'm in awe of that as well. And that's something that bothers me about AI art, is that part is kind of gone. So when you love it, you're loving the aesthetics, cool, but you don't get to deeply appreciate what it took to make it. And that's why it should make you appreciate art in the real world. So hopefully it's like a pipeline. Like, oh, I love this. What does this mean? Because a lot of what they're doing too, as a person who, I won't say I've studied art, but I am an artist. So my algorithm is showing me some things that,
For sure.
This is actually this from the 80s, or this is actually that art style, or why is that? So if AI art, in my hopes, brings you down the pipeline of, you know what I mean? Like if that picture of Bart Simpson with a gold chain and the grill in, if that makes you then look up Slick Rick, because you see the origins of that fashion style from New York, and if that gets you to go so deep as you go back to Africa, with the pharaoh with the gold chain means this, and purifying that.
Africa now.
Yeah. But my point, you see,
all the shit.
If it makes you go down that route, which is what it should do, I'm cool with it. When you call yourself an artist and you put in prompts, I'm not fucking with it. You see, does that make sense? What I'm saying? Yeah.
Though I do think, and this is somebody who has an English major.
Yeah.
If you can write a really good prompt and create a really unique piece of art on AI, this is a bad example, but I saw somebody telling whatever the AI art making thing is, or like, make a biblically accurate rabbit, more biblical.
Yeah.
And it's like got all these eyes and wings and shit like that. That's fun stuff to do. Or there was a guy that made fake alien television shows from the 70s. So it would be like a picture of like all these grunts carrying a giant skull, and there was a story behind it.
Now,
I thought that was cool.
See what that cool is different than like, is he gonna write a book with that? Like ever since like, where's the real world aspect? I love that. I get what you, as artists, so I can't help but like AI. Like I have to like AI art. Like I'm an artist.
There's some bad shit, but there's some cool shit.
And I have to appreciate it, biblically, whatever rabbit, and keep asking it. But to me, there's a limit there. Like, okay, well, what else, man? Like,
you
know what I'm saying?
What are we gonna do?
And I have no problem with it because it's just starting. You know what I mean? Like, is it gonna be T-shirts? Is it gonna be this? What are you doing with it?
Oh, man. It's gonna be faking people out.
Yeah, what do you do? And I got no problem with people getting faked out. You know
Donald Trump shook hands with the Pope. It's like, that didn't happen.
But even that, I love AI only because it just makes you appreciate consciousness more. It makes me appreciate consciousness more. Like I can't explain it fully, but I love seeing videos of like Donald Trump hugging the Pope or whatever.
Mr. Rogers meets Tupac.
It just makes me turn the phone off.
It does.
You see what I'm saying? It just makes me turn it off. Like, let me call my sister. She's really here.
Yeah.
Because now I'm freaked out.
Check in on these real people.
Yeah. And then,
before I get duped into believing some shit happened.
Bingo. And then like, let me call. so I can hear your voice.
Yeah.
Because are you really texting me, or you just
Yeah.
got this shit scheduled? You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
For sure.
So yeah.
For sure.
I know it's getting late. Trying to kick me out of here. You know what I mean?
Well,
any final questions or anything else? You know what I mean? We covered about 80% of what I expected us to cover. You know what I mean?
We went from childhood, preteen, teenager, adult, what you plan to do in the future.
You're in on this. You know what
I'm in on this.
Yeah, you're stuck with me now.
I am in on this. Also, the name I came up with for the show, No Stale Art.
Okay. I fuck with it.
Might be a little too abrasive.
No, we need
but
to.
I'm not putting anything in that's two colors on the canvas. That's
dude. Oh, now here's the thing. I love that you said that, right? So now I watched this Picasso little mini documentary of like why he's Picasso, right? Because I have reverence and respect for the man because he's fucking Picasso. Like any artist, like, bro, you fucking wish you was that cool, right? The volume of work he put out and the choices he made.
Same thing with Basquiat.
Bingo. The choices he made. So the rule of poetry is you can break the rules once you know them.
Yeah.
That's pretty much based off Picasso's life.
Yeah.
He was an extremely skilled realist, whatever artist, and chose cubism. If you just look at the cubism or whatever it is, you're like,
this is crazy. But then you go back to his blue period and it's like, oh, you're actually good at this.
Yes. And it's a conscious choice. So when you say two things on a canvas, two colors, if that person used to only paint with the black paint and then this is him stepping out or something like that, I might be able to appreciate it. I might be able to appreciate. And if that paint is like paint from the dust of Mount Everest that he got himself. No. This is how deep art goes, right? Because it's part of it. Because even that book, Art and Fear, most people when they buy artwork, they're not buying the art. They're buying you. Right. And I got art pieces that on one level you're like, oh yeah. But then when I start talking, you're like, man, start touching your pockets. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I sold this Muhammad Ali art piece. It was for like $200. And I sold it to this guy. He was not trying to buy it. And his wife was looking at him like, but I start talking about the immortalization of black people. Yeah. I start talking about how they always skip over that Muhammad Ali got stripped of the title and went to jail. I didn't know this till I was 28. Yeah. I knew he was the GOAT. I knew he was, you know what I mean? The flow like a butterfly, sting like a bee. I didn't know he stood on business like that. And then came back and won, because that's what makes you the greatest of all time. It's the narrative. It's not the statistics, because statistically, Mayweather is the greatest boxer. I think he has the most wins or something like that. Just pretty soft. He
almost has the record broken. Thing that you got to remember about boxing is run by not the best people.
Oh yeah, duh.
And so if he won one more fight, he'd be
number one of all time,
the actual greatest of all time. And then all of a sudden he starts doing what is it? Exhibition fights.
Yeah.
I see what's happening.
But my point is Ali maybe statistically is not the greatest, but that narrative makes you the greatest. That guy bought that art piece for me that day because I spoke life into the art piece. You know what I mean? So yeah, I forgot our original point. What did you say about that? What got me on that? Oh, as you said, no stale art, the two pieces of color on a one canvas. I'm not with that. I could be with it. It depends, because there's also a level of precision. So sometimes art looks so simple to people, but you don't get how precise it was to make that one dot on a yellow canvas, framed it this way with a certain type of yellow. Like when you watch the whole process, it looks simple, but it's not. And some of the best art is art that looks simple yet complex. So I can appreciate it with the backstory. Now with the backstory, you might get me.
That's why we're both working on this, because I'm gonna be like, no.
Yeah, I hear you.
Here's two panels. This is something I actually saw in art school as a project. 2 panels of wood glued to a canvas, nothing painted.
Yeah.
And the teacher talked about it, and I was like, we're gonna talk about this. I spent 3 months on a painting.
Yeah.
That was about the black experience. As soon as I said the word black, everybody in class just kind of looked away.
I would have to see the wood. I agree with you, by the way. 100% agree as a real artist. Because I talk about the dude with that selfie. You know, I know. Yeah. So the wood thing, it's like the explanation would matter for me. How much money do you want, and what's the purpose? Because if you made that for free with the example of what it means, and you wanted to be in the public space for free, and you never want to get paid for it, I'm cool. When you tell me you want 10 bands, Now you're tripping.
Yeah.
Like, because another thing that they don't tell you, or not tell you, the average person doesn't think about, the guy who made that canvas with 2 colors, like you're talking, he didn't give a fuck. He was so deep in his art bag career. That nigga was 63. He was tired as fuck. He said, "You know what y'all getting now?" But then,
mind you, he sold it for $300 million.
Time out. After he already did everything to get to the point where his 2 dots.
I hope.
Because Picasso said that Picasso's got that cold ass quote too. Somebody asked for something. He drew like a fish with like 2 seconds. He drew a fish. Gave it to him, or he somehow, some way, this person was like, "This is a Picasso," and he said something along the lines of like, "It's a Picasso because I'm Picasso."
Yeah.
So at this point, I can charge whatever I want because I'm me. This is 3,000 artworks later. I no longer need to impress. I just need to express because I am him.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
Also, a fun Picasso note: his wife, he would write his ex-wife checks. His ex-wife would keep the check because the signature on the check was more than.
You see,
was worth more than the check.
You see, I love that. I love that. You know what I mean? Yeah, but so yeah, art is very complex in that way, and it's I do wish more people had the time to sit and contemplate these things because it is a certain part of your brain. Like, I couldn't appreciate abstract art, and most of it is still bullshit. But once I looked into what went behind it and how you have to put things in context, what was happening at the context of that situation to make that abstract art mean something. If everybody's doing this and you just pop out with that and stand on it, and you don't even make no money for it, and then 10 years later people realize, oh, you were a rebel, you were a revolutionary, that coloration was blah 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 blah. Like, there's so much more to it, because it might be worth 10 million now, but that doesn't mean he touched 10 million. He might have died and never touched a penny off this art piece. It just means so much to the movement or to the context. Like, I wish more people had time to appreciate that type of journey with artwork. You know what I mean? Before I go, let's have an example of what I'm talking about. And I want you, as a hip hop historian, we can end on this note if you want. Rockbox from Run DMC.
Yes.
Pause. It sounds like 1980s rippity rapidy, whatever. Of course it does, right?
I love that.
But if you put that in context with the rock, them slowly transitioning and then rapping with the bravado and spitting, because the bars still somewhat hold up. It's 80s rap, but the bars are still good.
LL Cool J wrote those raps.
He
goes for a lot of Run DMC stuff.
He wrote Rockbox.
He may have written Rockbox. I don't know.
Don't hurt my feelings.
Let me look it up.
But it's one of my favorite things because it shows, if you put it into context, these black men wearing all black in 1980. You know what I mean? There is no blueprint for them to be cool, right? No one knows this is gonna pop off. They just mean it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then rap becomes the biggest genre in the world. You know what I'm saying? And without Rockbox, you don't get nothing else. Like, it starts here. So in context, as an art form, you need this. Yes.
It was Walk This Way. That was when Run DMC had and I use the word gimmick not to minimize it.
Yeah.
Rock and roll instrumentals, Adidas shoes, drug dealer clothes.
Yeah.
And really loud voices. Walk This Way from which was sampled from Aerosmith, and they ended up kind of doing a duet with it.
Yeah.
That was another level of crossover. You had the Sugar Hill Gang. That was the first rap song to like get nationwide airplay. The next step up kind of was
Walk This Way.
Walk This Way.
Well, Walk This Way, yeah. Which is also still a banger.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Also, Chris Rock used the beat for Rockbox for his song Champagne. No Sex in the Champagne.
Yeah. I'm definitely playing this when I get in the car because it gets me emotional. It really does. Rockbox gets me emotional as an artist, as a black person, as a former rapper. Like,
it's fucking dope.
What you have to go through sometimes, man. Like, because who knows, they even liked the guitar riff, but they knew without the guitar you ain't getting played.
Yeah.
At that point, you know what I mean?
That's how they ended up on MTV.
Yeah, and now there's no rock stars.
True. Yeah, rock is
yeah.
Somebody's out there rocking.
Yeah.
Shout out to you if you're out there rocking.
Yeah.
Final thoughts.
Well, first I want to thank you for doing this podcast because I know you do it from the bottom of your heart. So I want to thank you for that. I want to thank you for the opportunity. I want to thank you for listening. You know
Of
what I
course.
mean? Providing the space. You know what I mean?
Mhm,
And you know what I mean? I also want you to appreciate you just got to spend 2 hours with one of the realest niggas of all time. You understand? So, you know what I mean? You've preserved a moment in time of one of the realest niggas of all time. You know what I mean? Top to bottom. You know what I mean? An unbreakable human being. You know what I mean? Very few people possess the psychological structure to speak at this level. You know what I mean? So you're also welcome. No, I'm kidding. But, I appreciate you. I definitely want to come back, play
Yeah,
the
man.
card game. By the
For
way,
sure.
he gave me my flowers. I want to give him his card game based on hip hop. It's one of the greatest Black experiences I've ever had, and I've been to Ferguson. Okay, so so the game is amazing. We're gonna work on
Appreciate
getting it at the highest level. So for all you hip hop heads out there, especially you guys in Chicago, you need to stop by and play the game. I know 100 rappers. He knows 900 rappers or 600 rappers right now.
There's way more than 900.
Yeah, so definitely amazing as well. And
you.
I just want to give you your flowers because that is what you're doing is incredible and should be made of note because you do it from the soul.
I
You know what I mean?
appreciate
So, yeah,
it.
I appreciate
appreciate
you. You know what I mean? So yeah.
So Qyjon, the icon.
Yeah.
Where can people find you?
You can find me. What you say? You can find me in St. Louis rolling on the. No, I'm kidding.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah. Who is that? Nelly?
Nelly? Yeah.
That diaper she did with Ashanti. Nelly, change your motherfucking diaper. That shit pissed me off. As a motherfucking dad, what the fuck you talking about? I ain't changed no fucking. This ain't the 50s, you fucking weirdo.
Hey, man.
Anyway, sorry. That shit pissed me off. I was like, what the fuck is he doing? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
anyway, you can find me on Instagram, QYJONTHEICON, Qyjon the Icon. You can find me there. I'm on YouTube as well. Qyjon.com if you want to see my artwork. All artwork is available. Those prices are negotiable because my art needs homes. It does not need to stay in my house. So anything you see, just let me know. Other than that, you'll catch me in Chicago somewhere, in Joliet somewhere. So yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Did we know this has been the Black Artist Situation? I am Mike Stidham, joined by Qyjon the Icon. We'll see you next time. Until then, go read a book.
Yeah, I like that's a good ending. I mean, I appreciate you.
Yeah, man.